Uh, Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. If all of y'all that missed the intro, I want to let y'all know that I'm gonna work on getting another intro video, and I'm gonna do that soon. Nets fans is the best fans. It's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. I want to give a shout out to what I'm saying, the members on the page: Maria Signal Moore, Jelly Marcus, Nets DNA, and Joey BK. You know, shout out to Ice in the chat. I sent you the link. You know what I mean? You first one that jumped in the chat, I sent you the link. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Claude Smith. He said the $100 million 4-year contract Josh signed with the Bulls was fair. You don't have any other 22-year-olds that shoot 14.6 points per game, 8.1 rebounds per game, 7.2 assists per game. I agree with you, Claude. I think he's well deserving of that contract. Well deserved. Oh, they go leave. Oh, I sent it to Ice, but it didn't even go through. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. I see you ain't get it. I sent it to you, but it ain't go through. I sent it to you. I just sent it to Leaf. Um, I'm not mad at that though, bro. I'm not mad at Giddey for getting this money. I got nothing bad to say about Giddey getting this money. He's deserved the money. You know what I mean? I don't think that I want to argue about Giddey getting this money. He got his money. He deserved that money. I ain't tripping on Giddey getting that money. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna jump up here and pretend like I'm mad because Cam Thomas God didn't get it and he did. No, this is two different situations. Giddey is valuable to the Bulls. The Bulls have had championships because of their backcourt, not their front court for the most part. But you get where I'm going with this, so I won't even go there. My point is that the value that the Bulls have in Giddey is not the same as Brooklyn has in Cam Thomas. We know this. If you're a Nets fan, you know this. I get it, and I'm not mad at it. But do I want that for CT? Yes, I want that same contract for Cam Thomas. And the fact that he didn't get that, and I think that's what he asked for, because the more importantly is the two things I peep with Cam Thomas. The one, the no trade clause. He's in a small class with that. Two, and that's only you only get the no trade clause for being with one team for 4 years. Franchises, all 30 owners, they all for the most part do the same thing. They get you that traded that 3rd year, so players won't have that no trade clause for the most part. I'm saying that to say that favors Cam Thomas. I'm not sure that he even wants to go. I know he don't like the front office. He don't like the way the business is being done. But he not doing all of this because he want to leave. He doing all of this because he want to get paid. But this whole thing with Cam Thomas not wanting to be here, I'm not so sure, bro. I just don't think he liked the front office, but wanting to play here and feeling like he's integral to what the Brooklyn Nets could do as far as winning his opportunity for his NBA career, I think he want to be here, bro. I ain't gonna be long-winded. I want to pass it to Leaf and Ben Ice, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. I think that Josh Giddey deserved the contract. I'm glad he got it. And I want Cam Thomas to have that same 4-year contract. If Nick Claxton could have that same contract, if Cam Johnson could have that same contract, and we could look at Cam Thomas and say he don't deserve that contract, I'm gonna just agree to disagree. But what you got on Josh Giddey getting the contract, Lee?
Um, Damn. I mean, they offered him what 4 years, 80, and he turned it down. I guess he spent the block and got extra 20 mil. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I ain't mad at him, or extra 5 mil a year. You know, so I ain't mad at him. I don't know why the Bulls was play pimping like they didn't need him, like they couldn't use him. He was the only facilitator on their team. He was the
They
only
was play
positive.
pimping.
Yeah, they was play pimping, bro. Like they could, because I think we all know, just off the strength of the Last Dance, the Bulls is notoriously cheap. They know this is going back decades, bro. Like they are notoriously cheap.
Mhm.
Jerry Reinsdorf is and that family is notoriously cheap, bro. Like they've been trying to win championships off a budget budget rosters ever since Jordan left, and it hasn't worked since. So I mean, it is what it is, man. I stay on that, but yeah, Josh Giddey, man, like he spent the block, he got his money, and
Facts.
he set a tone probably for there's been a tone set because now Kaminga's next up, and if Kaminga, we got to remember that Josh Giddey and Kaminga is two top 10 picks.
Yeah, but hold on. Before you go there, I want to go to Ice and ask him the same question. But yeah, I get where you're going. We could get back to that real quick. But I just want to, you know what I'm saying, everybody to speak on it. You know what I mean, before the panel get crowded.
Yo,
So yeah, what
Yeah,
you
what up,
think about?
guys?
Yeah, what
yo,
you think about the Josh Giddey? He getting the contract and with the Bulls.
him and his management held out long enough, you know what I mean, to negotiate. Like Leaf said, an extra what he got 4 years, 100. So he negotiated too. You know what I'm saying? He waited
Mm-hmm.
the longest. He held out as probably as long as he could possibly held out, and one side had to give. You know what I mean? Cam signed his. Jonathan Kaminga said he was going to sign his contract. The thing when Cam signed, and Josh just held out. You know what I'm saying? So they figured they gotta do something before he signed the offer that they the first offer they give him or something, or a smaller offer or go somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So ultimately, do you think that he deserved a contract?
Oh yeah, Josh deserved the contract. I believe, at least I think Josh and Cam. I'm not sure about Kaminga because I don't watch Kaminga that much. I can tell you how much I think he deserved, but Cam probably. With the thing I talked about earlier was I think Cam should have held out too, just a little bit longer like Josh did, and now because we still have cap space left, they probably could have bumped him up a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Nah, I was listening to your show. I listened to that. I seen you was on the panels. You, Jay. I mean, Notorious, Easy. Shout to Brooklyn Nets podcast. Bro, nah, the difference for value in all three of these players that we mentioned, far as Cam Thomas, Josh Giddey, and Kaminga, franchise to player, the relationship is strong with the Bulls and Josh Giddey. The franchises, they need Josh Giddey. They don't got DeMar DeRozan. They don't got Zach LaVine. They don't really have
That that
confidence
that
in
Lonzo
Kobe
Ball
White,
shit didn't work out neither.
the
I ain't
Alonzo
gonna lie.
Balls. You feel what I'm saying? Look at all of the things that happen as far as guards. Look at how much they invested in guards. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, they had Michael Jordan. Like, of course they're going to invest in guards. You feel what I mean? But I wanted to hear Leaf take on the whole thing too, because that's what he was going. I mean, that's what he was going. Shout to Daniel in the chat. Go ahead though,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Just to continue what you were saying, bro. Like the Bulls, they was play pimping, but because they knew they had a chance to reroute what they was trying to build with DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Lonzo Ball. If you go look at that team a couple of years ago when Lonzo Ball was healthy, them niggas was looking like a true contender. I ain't gonna lie to you. DeMar DeRozan was putting up 40-point games. Zach Levine was playing good while they was all healthy, bro. And then that shit all collapsed, and everybody said they should have blew it up a little bit sooner. But I think they lucked out because they still got Kobe White, who they kind of dragged through the mud, kind of like how our front office is dragging Cam Thomas through the mud. They still got they picked up Bazelis, who was probably arguably the steal of the draft,
Mm-hmm.
and they got Josh Giddey for Caruso. I mean, they kind of gift wrapped it OKC a championship, but I mean
Real quickly
they got a core.
before you keep going, they was waiting to see if Alonzo, because his first surgery he was supposed to come back, and since the doctor messed up that first surgery that he had, it took him longer to heal. So that's what they was waiting on, but he couldn't recover, and that's why
Yeah,
they were to blow the team up.
yeah.
Right,
They
right,
were
right,
supposed
right.
to get the steal of the century with him coming from the Lakers and whatnot, but shit, they missed.
Yeah, I mean, when him and Caruso was playing, they was damn near anchoring a top five defense, bro. Like up until that injury, but you exact Ice is 100% right. They was waiting on that because Lonzo was the last piece to get traded, obviously because he got traded in the middle of the season last year, this past off season to the Cavs. So he was kind of the last piece of the puzzle. Now the
So
Bulls.
let's call it what it is. Josh Giddey is everything Lonzo Ball was supposed to be.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think Lonzo Ball was a little bit more than that. I
Why
think
not?
the reason being is
What?
because Lonzo
Hold on.
Lonzo Ball. No,
You
no, I'm
talking
gonna
about
tell
in
you.
college or the NBA?
I'm talking about in the NBA. And in the NBA, when
Bro,
Lonzo.
Josh Giddey career in the NBA is way better than Lonzo Ball.
Okay, yeah, right now. But when Lonzo
No,
Ball.
forever. The whole since from
I mean,
rookie to
yeah,
now.
if you want to say that, that's fine. But I'm just letting you know where Lonzo Ball was headed. His highest trajectory, and I don't want nobody to clown me for that. You could clown anybody in the chat could go crazy when I say this. His highest trajectory, Lonzo Ball's highest trajectory, had he's been healthy, was Jason Kidd with a better 3-point shot. I'm not lying to you. Anybody in the chat, bro, y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want. His highest
I'm gonna
trajectory.
just say I never heard that comparison until you said it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right, but
No,
that was his.
I'm not this. I'm not. Hey, Jason Kidd
All,
with a 3-pointer. Okay.
yes, Jason Kidd with a three ball, bro.
Ice, you
Like
hear this?
and listen, all I'm gonna tell you is, bro, when Lonzo Ball was healthy in the Chicago Bulls uniform, him and Caruso was anchoring a top five defense in the league at guards, bro. Like he was looking like one of the best defensive guards in the league up until that injury. That's what he was looking like, bro. I'm bullshit you not. Now, obviously, when we fast forward to Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey is respectably 14 at 8 and 8. Definitely a playmaker on the court. He definitely helps out Kobe White. He definitely helps out Bazalis, who I think is about to go crazy in this league. And they still got to work on the front court. I think because they didn't end up with Derek Queen out of the draft for some reason. They gave him up to the Pelicans, and I don't even know who they ended up getting as a pick. No, they got Noah. Didn't they get Noah Singway? They got
Well,
Noah Singway, and yeah, they got Noah Singway in the draft. So yeah, so if you add them young pieces to a 22-year-old that's averaging 15, 8 and 8, and Josh Giddey, who just came off playing with SGA a year before, and they was about to be in the conference finals. I think the Bulls can't afford to mess this up because they rerouted a core quick. They got a core out of this. They got a legitimate core out of this, and now all they had to do was pay him 4 years, 100 mil. That's basically Scooby snacks in the CBA. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, listen, shout out to Josh Giddey and his crew, man, for waiting on that, man. I mean, that's all I got to say about that. I mean, it
No,
is what it is.
what you got on what he said? Ice, you wanna add to that?
no, he basically right. It's a nice young core they rebuilding. Lonzo was the last piece to their puzzle, but injury took him out. You know what I'm saying? It took him longer to recover, so they had to break it down. You know what I mean? So they basically starting over there too. You know what I'm saying? So Lee, I'm good with what Lee said.
Oh, all right. All right, so that's pretty much that part of the show. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to stick with the title. Shout out to the chat. Hit the like button if you like something. Shout out to BTB, Player One, Cole Smith, BTB moderator. I gotta make Player One a moderator. I think I'll have bias because he was a Knick fan. He be trolling sometime, but I ain't gonna hold you, bro. He be showing love in the chat, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, man, you already know what it is, man. Nets fans is the best fans. But that's that part of the show, you know what I mean? That's the Josh Giddey part of the show. But yeah, now me, I feel like CT with the rookies, he helps them because they're gonna double team Cam Thomas. That's P's and Q's, right? We know this. They double team Cam Thomas. Who been benefit from doubling Cam Thomas? Let's not put a name on him. Let's just say player A. Player A happens to be a facilitator, and he got a phone of what is it? A 4-on-3. He got a 4-on-3, and he a facilitator. Any player that draw a double team and then get the ball to the facilitator, that's the first thing he do. As a matter of fact, the coach makes sure the facilitator stays close to Cam Thomas because they know the double coming. You cannot double Cam Thomas with Yeager next to him. And what would that do for Yeager game? Look at all of the offense he could create. We could run high pick and rolls above the 3-point line because they doubling Cam Thomas as soon as he crossed the half court. CT will help the rookies. He's going to help Yeager. And I want to slow it down. I don't want to talk about all these other ones yet. He going to help Yeager. What y'all want to see from Yeager? The assists y'all want to see from Yeager? 7 assists a game? The whatever it is that y'all want. It's easy to see that a facilitator is definitely going to benefit from a play that's going to get double. Easy work. But that being said, that's my opinion. You feel me? I think he helps the rookies. I think he helps. I'll just stick with Yeager. I don't want to talk about a bunch of rookies. I want to say him because he's the top 10 pick. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Go ahead.
Listen, I did a lot of research, and I did a lot of stuff past couple of days because I wasn't able to get online. I just was doing shit at work while I was sitting at the desk. Man, I ain't really have too much furniture and shit to move at the store. So, and I figured out that it's really only one way to build a successful team with Cam Thomas as your number one option. You pretty much got to do the same thing the Warriors did with Steph Curry. And I'll explain how they did it. The thing is, you have to maximize Cam Thomas as a catch and go threat and as an off ball threat. If you go look at Steph Curry the year before they got Steve Kerr, he had the ball in his hands majority of the time. That's the reason why the defense was able to prepare and the defense was able to trap and send traps and all that crazy shit. Now, the very next year, when they started running backdoors, slips, pin downs, all that crazy shit that they run for Steph, that shit was different because they put the ball in the hands of niggas like Draymond to run high low action. They put the ball in Sean Livingston hands, bro, when he had 1v1 and 1-on-1s because they didn't double him. They put the ball in Harrison Barnes' hands, bro, like on the break. They ran breaks, obviously, with Klay Thompson. The only way this is really gonna work is if you maximize Cam Thomas off the ball. And this is the way that you do it. The way that you do it is you have to keep Cam Thomas moving off of pin downs and off of mini
Bruh,
ball
Cam
screens.
Thomas is the best off-ball player we got. You preach it to the choir at this point. What I'm
Yeah,
trying, but I feel you. Oh, shout to
but I just want to finish out the X's and O's part of this. The X's and O's part of this is just going to come down to how many of our actual picks and our actual players coming into the season could be good passes and good players with the ball. Now you talked about Yeager.
bro.
Yeager,
What I'm saying,
hold on. Just let me finish the X's and O part. And now Yeager, he's able to work a lot of pick and roll action. His pick and roll, he had a high percentage of pick and rolls in BYU. The same way Danny Wolf had a lot of high percentage pick and rolls action in Michigan. So that's your first element right there. Your second one is now you have to turn now you have to get more one-on-ones for MPJ because Cam Thomas is going to be the main one getting double now as a number one option. So if MPJ is able to get going, now that opens up everything for Cam Thomas. Number three, you got to get Cam Thomas more in the open court to score quickly and shoot quickly. Can't be no wasting time. If you go back and look at 2001, and we like to do this all the time, go back to what AI was doing in that MVP season. A lot of that shit was 3 dribbles or less. A lot of that shit was coming off of down screens and pin
Bruh,
down, going in the mid.
listen,
Hold on,
listen,
hold on, hold on, hold on. Let
bruh,
me finish. Just let me finish,
you
please.
ain't never finish.
Now, the way that this works, I think that the Nets is trying in their own minds to try to see if this work by drafting passes. I think it could be. Who knows? But at the same time, it's a nigga that's making $6 million with a no trade clause, and a nigga that's making $40 million is getting a lot of media time. I just don't know what they want to fucking do. But the
Right.
only
I'm
way to
not, I
do it,
don't bro. I don't podcast like yo. I know what they gonna do. I'm telling the world or anybody that will listen that Cam Thomas will help the rookies. Y'all heard my soliloquy. We got Pod throwing on here. We got Ice on here. Ice, talk to us, man. You think, know what I'm saying? Cam Thomas will help the rookies, with specifically Jaeger?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you need a guy like MPJ. First of all, I'm gonna say this. You seen what Cam did in the time that he was on the floor before he got injured, and you seen how Cam Johnson played. Now MPJ plays a little different, but kind of similar at the same time. You know what I mean? So those two work. You know Cam and you know MPJ work. So for any rookie that comes on the court, those two guys would definitely make it easier. Cam is just tough on the ISO. MPJ, he makes tough shots, and you know what I'm saying, and he's a catch and shoot guy. That's what he does, and he get put back. But you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so hold on. When you say he catch a shoot guy, he playing off ball. Is he running around, pin downs and screens? Is he moving around, or is he spot up? What is he doing?
MPJ, he might run around a few screens. He's not really a run around guy like that, but he can run around a few screens and he just spot up. So I say he do both of those. You know what I'm saying? For the most part,
So
he not
what about the post? We throwing to him. We throwing the ball to him in the post.
MPJ. He could
I'm
post a
saying
little
he's
bit.
6'10", right?
Yeah, but he more like a jump shooter. You know what I'm saying? He's not like a real drive to the basket type. He can do it sometimes, but that's not his game. I don't think he got a real post up game like that either. Man.
the nigga
Okay.
MPJ is catch and shoot, bro. Like
Yeah, yeah,
most times, not even, bro.
All
yeah.
right. So basically, what MPJ in addition and all of these other players, Cam Thomas is still the best off ball player, running around the screens, pick and rolls. Not pick and rolls, the pin downs, etc. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just collecting data, net fan data. But yeah, man, go ahead, Ice. When you're done, just pass it to PT.
Yeah, no. So I think they would alleviate some of the growing pains and make it easier for any rookie to come in. You know what I'm saying? Cam had his growing pains already. You know what I'm saying? So I can guarantee he learned from that. You know what I'm saying? Having to bring the ball up, being double teamed. So I know, you know what I'm saying? He could teach them something while he's here and make it easier for sure. Because he is going to get double teamed, even with MPJ on the floor. They're going to double team, try to get the ball out of his hands. It's going to be a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Because Diego looking like he can shoot right now. And I seen what happens when he has room to operate. He will find somebody open, make the right play. I'm saying that's most likely going to be his job. Shoot the three, make the right play, pass it. They can shoot the three. So Cam helps big time. You know what I mean?
Facts. So exactly. You know what I'm saying? But again, I just want to say who agree, who disagree. That's all. I'm going somewhere with this. But PT, talk to us, man. Thank you for joining the panel. You know what I mean? Of course, a thank you to Leaf and Ice. Those the guys. Shout to PT for joining the panel. That's the guy, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? I see John on the panel too. PT, talk to us, man. You think CT will help the rookies?
First of all, Breezy, I don't know if you can hear me well. These damn AirPods be sounding crazy. I don't know if
Nah, yes, shit,
You're
crystal
fine.
Nah,
You're
clear.
fine.
PT, you good?
all right, cool. So Breezy, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. The universe has been thrown off, and the question of whether Cam will help the rookies or not, or whatever. Like it's it. it's good to kind of look at when you're kind of trying to diagnose the upcoming season. But we gotta have a talk, Breezy. Cam not coming back.
Oh boy.
He's not. We have to have an intervention and let you know that the moment that Cam Thomas took that qualifying offer, that that was a message to the Nets to say, I never want to play for you ever again.
Oof.
But I don't. But that's what I was. Listen. I don't
You
think.
know,
I don't. What I'm saying is, it's you gotta realize.
mm,
I don't think that Cam Thomas' whole energy on how he feels about the Brooklyn Nets is contingent on the relationship that he has with Sean Marks and what's going on with these contracts. When you hear him speak on a post, he said to the what I'm saying journalist dude, he was like, "Yo, Sean Marks, he's the GM. He gonna do what he want with his team." That's as far as it goes. But the love that he get from the fans to just being in Brooklyn, all of that stuff like that, yeah, of course he want to make the business right, and that's more important. That's the meat and potatoes, right, on
Breezy,
the plate.
he makes less money than Dayron.
Phew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but
Facts.
listen, I
You,
get it. All
you
that's
you understand?
strategic for him. That's
It's
strategic for him, bro. That's
it's
it,
personal.
bro. That's
He don't
strategic,
want
isn't
them.
it, bro?
He could have got
No,
3 million, three and a half
no.
million more. He didn't take it.
He didn't take it because he didn't get
He
the
took
4 years. Y'all keep talking about the money. It's the years. You give him a 2 year contract,
no,
he
it's
trade bait
He
immediately.
didn't, but he only got
this
1 year for 6.
Listen, hold on.
this
Let
the
me ask
last
PT.
year.
PT, let me ask you this, PT.
This is the first step in recovery,
Listen,
denial.
no.
Yo,
Yeah.
Listen, PT. Let me ask you a question, PT.
Mhm.
When it come down to teams that he could go to this season or next season, isn't it different? Isn't it fair to say that it's more next season than it is this season? Isn't it
It's
fair to say for his
there's
NBA career, looking through his lens, it's fair to say that he could get to the team that he really want to get to next season, not this season, opposed to taking that contract that y'all talking about, regardless
no
of how many more. Hold on.
you see you
Regardless
put
of
the
how many.
contract on me. That's not
Hold on.
my contract.
All right,
I
true,
did
true. No, I'm not. I'm just saying it for the soliloquy to say that you give him a two-year contract, it's just a trade contract. You give him a 4 year contract like Josh Giddey got, that's a
Mm,
serious I could be here contract.
right.
Because it's not that, he know what it is. He, and as far as business is concerned, it's best for him to I'm saying he liked the fans and being here and playing for the team, but he just don't, you know what I mean? Can't get the business right. So
Man, that nigga was
that's, you know what
asking
I
for
mean.
30 mil a year, bro. It's over with.
I'm not saying I don't know what he asked for. I don't know what he asked for.
I do.
He asked for that pool money.
That's what he asked for.
He said
This is
Jordan
Yeah.
Poole money.
He
It's
wanted
the first.
he
See,
wanted
see,
that Jordan Poole
breezy,
money.
breezy, bro. Don't worry. This is the
He said
first step.
Jordan Poole.
This is the first. This
Yeah,
is the.
I know.
Jordan
I've been
Poole got a
there.
whole
I,
championship. He got
Breezy,
a whole NBA championship.
And so does
Breezy.
Kaminga, but he
I've
can't
been
get
Yeah.
thirty
there.
mil a year neither.
I've been there.
Hold
I've
on.
looked at other
Realistically,
people's
hold,
contracts. I've
listen, hold
tried
on.
to say, yo, here go the
Breezy, this is the first step
PT.
in recovery. Denial.
No.
comparables.
Hold on. No. PT.
Hmm.
I'm not talking to you. PT. When it come down to when players get traded, negotiated, isn't it fair to say that they get a bigger contract like Bruce Brown or Jordan Peele? I mean, I said Jordan Peele. I mean Jordan Poole for
Yeah, probably.
winning the NBA championship. Like, isn't
Yeah,
that in the
yeah.
negotiations?
We
Like,
got a
yo,
dude on our team right now that's making 40 million
because he
for
was on the NBA.
being a
See what I'm
sidekick
saying?
kick on an NBA
Without an
champion.
NBA championship, Bruce Brown, Jordan Poole, or MPJ not getting that money.
Yeah, no,
So, but
I
they
agree with you.
they got it because they, you know what I mean. Respectfully, I'm not
If
trying
you
to.
get a couple All-Star games, or if
Respectfully,
you
man,
I'm
get a
just saying
MPJ was in the starting lineup of a
that's the business
championship
of
team.
basketball.
yeah, all I'm saying is you need to start to prepare yourself little by little because they're not going to play him. They have no reason to play Cam Thomas. It doesn't help their cause at all. They have a bunch of guards that they needed to play. Like it. I don't think Sean. I'm starting to believe that Sean Marks didn't want him at all because he drafted 3 point guards. He drafted a center that plays like a point guard.
basically.
He's their whole theory of basketball is different from Cam Thomas's. I thought no way on earth because Sean Marks is a garbage GM. No good GM lets
Sound like it is.
talent like talent like Cam Thomas, go out the window for nothing, right? Like only Sean Marks loses both Cam Johnson and Cam Thomas and gets zero for both of them.
Yo, hold
He
on, hold
got
on. Let me address some of these comments, PT. Then we gotta go to John. First off, this whole thing with bro, I'm not denying that they want to trade Cam Thomas, bro. The proof is in the pudding is obvious. I'm
no,
not. That's not
no,
what
no,
I'm
not
saying.
that they
Hold
want to trade him. They want to trade him thing passed a long
Oh,
time
this
ago.
nigga playing
They
what is out of control,
on.
bro.
Right, right.
they
Like let me
they
get to these
tried to trade
comments.
him. They couldn't trade him.
Right,
So
right, right. So, and again, my thing is the same energy I had for Jaron Allen, I got for Cam Thomas. I said they was making a mistake then, and they did. This is the same mistake. I'm not
I agree with
wrong
you.
for hold on. I'm not wrong for being angry at the Nets for making the same exact mistake. And it's not they the same exact player, but it's still a valuable draft pick that you drafted, and you go if you make a free agent priority, regardless of Kevin Durant and Kyrie skimming money off and whatever the fuck. Who cares? You still ignore the potential in the player development then with Kenny Atkinson and everything that he did. But now you want Jordy Fernandez to have 5 new guys to do in one season, and you scoff at what Kenny Atkinson did? I'm not wrong for giving hell to the Nets for the stuff that they did. As a fan, we went through a lot. If y'all want to snap your fingers and kick jingles, go ahead. This shit nasty work.
Snap
All
your
I'm saying,
fingers.
Breeze, what is it gonna take for you to realize that this is a throwaway season?
bruh, I'm not. I told you in the stream prior, I'll be focused on the player development. I don't look at it like a throwaway season. I like watching the players develop. I did it when Kenny Atkinson was the head coach. I'm not
Right,
tripping on us winning the championship this season. I'm not.
right. So
Yeah, I want to see
can
the
you
kids
explain the
play.
difference? Can you explain the difference when we had Kenny Atkinson? You want me to tell you? The difference
Bruh,
was draft picks, bro.
bruh, when we had Kenny Atkinson, we had more a core for more than one season. We wasn't just trading players away. That shit is so
That's
annoying.
because we couldn't, my nigga. We ain't have no damn
But
trade
but
pieces,
bro,
nigga.
but
That's
that's
why
the point.
we ended up with
But
snitch ass D'Lo.
no, bro. You talking about D'Lo came in and played great, bro. What you
Yeah,
talking
he
about the
did.
paparazzi? Yo, hold on, hold on. I'm not talking about the paparazzi narratives around him and what he did. I'm talking about how well he played basketball here. Fuck all that. I'm not talking
So
about that.
when we got Kenny Atkinson, my nigga, our best player in his first season was Chase Budinger.
Bro,
Facts.
hold on. What I want you to pay attention to is the Lakers didn't do the right thing with the number one pick. The number one pick came to the Nets and became an all-star. That's player development. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. And that's why I'm mad. I'm mad that y'all not mad. Like, it is what it is, though. We gotta go to PT and John, man. Go ahead, yeah.
So all I'm saying is it's a bad situation. I've been telling you guys how bad Sean Marks is for a minute, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I think no real GM lets a talent like that walk out the door while you had control. You know what I mean? They could have found a middle ground, 18 mil. Now, if Cam Thomas only wants 40 mil, that's something completely different. But that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing he wanted, he didn't want to come back and make less than Dayron. He make less than Dayron and Zaire. That's wrong.
Bro, y'all talking about millionaires though, bro. Why we talk
I
about?
know,
Bro,
but
hold on. Let me ask. Okay,
the
outside of the
difference
business,
between
hold on.
six and
Listen,
nine is a lot to
listen.
me.
Out,
That's
but
three
PT
million that you
outside.
didn't have to.
Sure is.
Listen, outside of the business,
The
I'm not.
taxes in New
Yo,
York ain't
bro,
cheap
hold on.
neither.
hold on. The business side ain't entertainment for me, bro. This shit is painful, actually. But the point is that playing basketball next to these rookies, he makes them better. That's the soliloquy I'm looking for, PT. I'm not talking about the business. I'm not talking about if he get traded. I'm talking about
But
what you
why
know
should
about
we talk about a
basketball.
player that's not gonna play? Like he's not.
Bro, you don't
They.
even know that, bro.
This is.
I'm not.
Let
You
me
don't know
let
that,
me
man. I'm
let me
not giving you
prepare
that.
you.
I'm not giving
When
you
a
that.
player takes the qualifying offer, Breezy, I need you to understand this with me, okay? Because I had to go through it myself. I had to look at the history of players who signed the qualifying offer, going all the way back to the first one, Schroeder. He, he should be the cautionary tale because once you do that, once you take the qualifying offer or so-called betting on yourself, the team now knows you're not coming back. So they now know they shouldn't showcase you. Why showcase a player that they're not going to get anything back for? So it's beef all around. This was I people who I trust their opinion say that he has good representation. This is not good representation because if he expected to get pool money, that never was going to happen. So
Yo,
when
where you getting these narratives? Why would he listen? If my soliloquy is saying that the what is it? What is it? The MBPA. You
Mhm.
say you got to play 65 games or more. He only got one season. He played 67 games. He know he not gonna get that money. His representation could easily tell him contractually, this is the most as you. This is as much as you can get.
Yeah, you
That's the
remember
obvious. I imagine.
this is like he
But
took
pass
off
it to
his
John when you're
glove.
done, PT.
It's like he took off his glove and slapped Sean Marks in the face, like fly. Like
Yo, yo.
I challenge you to a duel, and I'm taking this qualifying offer, so I never have to fuck with you ever again. And so now he thinks he's gonna take that qualifying offer and get 30 minutes a game. Not in Sean Marks, Brooklyn Nets, he's not. So
Yo,
could he?
hold on. So hold on. Let me ask y'all this, bro. And I'm not trying to stir the pot, but how do PT and John? I'm asking both of y'all. I want to hear both of y'all because we ain't hear from John yet. How y'all feel about Sean Marks and y'all confidence in him?
He's an idiot.
Sean Moss has to be fired before we can start to rebuild.
It's just been a
You see what they just did. They hired AC Law to come in here from OKC to do the player personnel work. Even they know that Sean Marks is a fraud. It's taken the owner a long time, but how the fuck again, you had Cam Johnson. He was supposed to be the most valuable trade piece before the trade deadline in 2025, and we got zero for him. We got two second rounders or something or D'Lo or something stupid for DFS. We didn't get first round pick. We didn't get a first round pick for Schroeder, right? And now Cam Thomas is about to walk. Cam Thomas said no to $9 million so
We
that he
did get
can
a
go
first
where
round
he
pick for
wants to.
CJ though,
No, you didn't. What did you get?
What
All
do you
right, so
mean
if you
when
got
he
a
said
first
that?
round
No,
pick for
and that
CJ,
MPJ trade we got a first round trade since 2032.
but what
what
did
do
you
you
get
mean? I ain't
for?
say nothing about no
Hold on.
9 million.
What did you get for taking the 81 million of MPJ's contract?
And 80, we got a first round pick for that.
You got a first round pick for that. Then Cam Johnson is a throw-in. You got nothing for Cam Johnson.
We did, man. We got a throwaway contract with MPJ. He's only here for 2 years. He ain't getting no more money.
Again, you got a first round pick to take that contract. That contract is a grenade. Nobody was going to take that. You
Yeah,
It's 2 years
they
left
took it
though,
for the
PT.
pick. You
yeah.
got nothing. You sacrificed basically 40 million of dollars of cap space for the next 2 years, and you got nothing for that or you got nothing for Cam Johnson. You can't say one pick for those two things. It's not. It's not
I
what it
didn't
is.
even mention the McHale picks and the other picks that we got back from the most
But
recent trades before
Nah,
that. So
that's the only pick we. That's the only player we got picks for.
nah,
Is
you
McHale.
you looking at it wrong though. We got a pick, but once you see because we're not in a win mode, his contract helps meets the salary floor. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're
That's
not
not.
there yet. But
You could the salary floor. You could reach the salary floor doing all kinds of shit. You could even reach the salary floor by paying the players you got. You by giving the players you got extra. The taking taking MPJ was for the first round pick. Cam Johnson was the throw in to make the money work. He's not. You didn't get compensation for Cam Johnson.
nah, but
Like,
you're gonna end up having serious cap space when his contract is done.
so what? You would have had cap space when Cam Johnson came off.
Yeah,
and
but
that
they,
would have been
27
been
million.
another 3 years plus the one.
No, that's
So
not another 3 years. It's 2 years left on it.
well, it's 2 years now.
It's 2 years now for MPJ. Y'all do fuzzy math, man.
bigger
Like, do y'all
contract
flip
and
the
bigger
money over when
space.
y'all count it? What are y'all doing? Like,
Bruh.
Thank God she has an
yo,
expiring contract at least. That's the only
Listen.
positive.
it's two. Cam Johnson's contract was expiring in 2 years.
But not 40 million though, Pod. At least we have a little
You
cap
took
space
on
advantage.
40 million. You had to have that on your back.
It's cap space.
You're the only one with cap space, and you couldn't
But if
finesse a first round
but
pick.
if we did get a first round pick, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Then what did you get for Cam Johnson?
A first round pick. I just
What did you
told
get
you.
for the cap space?
What do you mean, bruh?
What did you get for
You
the cap?
changing shit up, bruh. Like,
It's
hold up.
one trade. I gave you. I took on your
The
poisonous
whole
contract. I took on your poisonous contract with your dumbass
P,
player that we don't need,
PT. The whole point
and
of me bringing CJ up. Hold on. The whole point of me bringing CJ up in the first place is to let you know that if without that CJ trade, we wouldn't have got another pick, first round pick. That's what you asked for.
who cares about a 2032 first round pick?
You
We
said
Now you
do.
you
saying
said
that,
a first round pick.
yeah, but you
What do you mean?
got
Now
one.
you care about the year?
Hold on a
Okay.
second. Now
Wait,
let's be clear. My problem with it is the year be damned. You had the asset of cap space and you had the asset of Cam Johnson. Those are two assets. Do we understand that? Did I say that clearly enough? Those are two assets. You got one asset back for it, a first round pick. You got nothing for one of those things. Now you take your choice. But the point being, they were talking about at the trade deadline last year, can you get 2 or 3 picks for Cam Johnson? Can you get Cam Johnson and a young player? We were naming players and the whole shit. Then they said they didn't trade him because it would have fucked up his jumper if he got traded in the middle of the season. Get the fuck out of here. Sean Marks
Bruh.
is a disease. You know what I mean?
Listen.
In here,
all
I
right.
can't believe y'all
Hey,
Listen.
fucking
can I
taking up
chime in
I'm not
for
going to
quickly,
Sean
bat for
Bitches?
Cam.
Marks.
I'm not going to bat for Sean Marks at all, bro.
Y'all
Like,
going to
listen.
bat for Sean Marks. He
Wait,
got a first round pick. Like,
Go ahead.
wait,
come
Bruh,
on,
he
man.
didn't get a first round pick. A first round pick landed in his lap.
all right,
Just like Cam Thomas landed in his lap, bro. Like that wasn't his pick. That was KD pick. We all fucking know that. Why we sitting here turning our heads, bro? Like we got there in Frankenstein in this motherfucker, bro. Like bro, everybody know what they know.
right, all right. So, a lot of interesting topics to talk about here. I'll start quickly with the Josh Giddey thing. Listen, if you asked me a year ago who would get paid the most restricted free agents, I had Giddey about around 3, just because he got dumped to the Bulls, and the Bulls organization, they're a very clueless organization, but got to give it to Giddey. A 14, 8, and 8 stats, pretty impressive. I mean, a playing spot, to get $100 million, it's quite interesting. If he got this team past the first round, I think he definitely deserves every bit of that money. But he is kind of like one of the best players they got right now. Kobe White might be a free agent next year, so I think that's a potential effect of that. But listen, Giddey did well in a new environment where there was a lot of question marks. He's under investigation. So we got very fortunate to get the money that he did. But now, like I said, it sets a precedent for the Kuminga situation. And given how bad that is, I think Kuminga is likely taking the qualifying offer. And Quentin Grimes, we might be involved in a salary dump with a Drummond or Kelly Oubre. So that will probably work itself out very soon. And then the Cam Thomas situation, as we know, that's been settled. So yeah, that was definitely interesting to see how that transpired today. Now let's move to the Sean Marks and Cam Thomas of all listed. You guys, I think we said all we could say about Sean Marks. And I said on Bree's show recently, 80 to 85% of the Brooklyn base is done with the Sean Marks regime. I mean, it's been 10 years of dysfunction, 10 years of it being a circus riot in Brooklyn, 10 years of preaching culture, culture, culture. Culture feels more like a company policy than a set of ideals. And just looking at what have they done for 10 years, they've done nothing. I mean, superstars, role players, and now up-and-comers like Cam are basically saying, I don't believe in your vision. I don't see your vision. I want nothing to do with you. And it's pretty sad that the Brooklyn base keeps hoping that there's actually some type of identity, culture, and continuity, and we don't ever get it because the front office always thinks they can buy their way to a championship like they tried with the Big Three, which crashed and burned, as we all saw. So now we're in this new era, rebuild, and things shouldn't be this messy. And I was on Ice's show today, the tip-off, and Ice was funny. He said to me, John, looking at this roster, I don't know what the hell to make of this roster right now because there's so many ifs, whats, and buts about like who's going to be on this team by training camp, what's the roster look like in training camp, what's going to look like regular season, trade deadline. Like we don't know who the hell is going to be on this team after this season. So you take in the Cam Thomas of it all. I hope that there is a chance that he plays a little bit to start the season to build some type of continuity with the young guys because they do want to build up his value if there is even the slightest possibility of moving him. But I think media day, you're going to have to see what happens. Will Cam get a mic? Will he talk about the situation? Like that to me is going to be very telling on what's left of a pretty much toxic relationship between Cam and the front office. So that's definitely, for me, is going to tell me if Cam is going to go into training camp with a mindset that he's focused on trying to do what he has to do to position himself for a financial payday the following year, or if he's going
Are
to
they
get
going to
benched or
pay?
not.
Are they going to
Like,
play him though, John?
I don't, honestly, it's 50-50. I think really depends on what happens on media day because we're all going to watch what happens that day if Cam gets a mic and what's his mindset because we haven't heard anything from Cam Thomas since he agreed to a qualifying offer. We heard him go off on Zach Lowe. So, like, it's going to be interesting to see what – yes, please.
Judge, can you slow it down? When is media day? Do you know, bro?
The 23rd. It's September 23rd. It's earlier for us because we're going to China for the that two road trip in China. So it's going to be September 23rd. So that to me is going to be.
How early? How early is it, bro?
I think it's like 11, like 10 to 1 or something like that. Usually for the Nets. But I think it might be 11 to 1, something like that. So they'll probably establish a time slot for that soon.
So you're saying because it's in China, it's before 12 o'clock?
Yeah, that's why they're doing theirs early. I know they're playing the Israeli team for the first road trip, and then they're going to China for 2 games. So that's going to be very telling if Cam is going to get mic'd up and let everybody know what are his thoughts. Because I hope there's a way for them to move forward to start the season, at least with Cam playing as a starter on this team. But we really just got to see how the media day and training camp goes with him, because there's still a lot of unknowns with what this roster is going to look like. We also have to trim it down from 18 to 15 and do one more salary dump to even hit the salary minimum floor. But I mean, I also can't disagree with what Pod's saying. I mean, the Cam Thomas and Brooklyn Nets relationship is nearing a conclusion as opposed to seeing if there's anything to repair it. And at the end of the day, I can't fully blame Cam for wanting off this team. I mean, for 4 years, undefined role, had to force the issue to play. And Sean Marks basically put Cam on the back burner this summer saying, oh, we're fine, we're going to handle this, we're going to handle this. And I think Cam said to them, listen, you wasted 4 years of my life. I'm not going to waste another 4 years of my life on you. And I think just ultimately Sean Marks is a horrible negotiator. This guy couldn't negotiate re-signing 3 stars when he said he would. He couldn't get the Twins to buy into getting a star on this team, which was just complete denial at that point after the Big Three fell. And he said recently, oh, we want to draft our homegrown guys and sign them long term so we can look back and go, we drafted that guy. First of all, Sean Marks didn't draft Cam Thomas. It was Kevin Durant. Just based on how, ever since KD left, Marks has basically given Cam the cold shoulder and never given him 1 ounce of validation that he believes in him. So ultimately, if we're ever going to move forward as an organization, I think Sean and Joe either have to sell the team, quit, resign, or hire some new voices. Because as long as they're in charge, you have an owner who wants to buy a Miami Dolphins. You have a GM.
I said that the second when they traded McHale.
Yeah, like listen. At the end of the day, if I look at Sean and Joe's collective basketball IQ, it doesn't tell me that they understand long-term vision, long-term direction. For them, it's like ideas and concepts, which we keep seeing as being a disaster because we keep reshuffling the deck, expecting a different outcome, and you keep getting a reshuffling of pieces. And this Cam Thomas situation, after being in charge of the team for 10 years, in a rebuild situation, should be embarrassing for this front office because I think everybody else's position at least we would have got Cam to agree to something. But based on how badly they communicate with their players, I'm not surprised this was the worst case scenario because I said it could potentially happen. But I wish the best for the rookies this year. I call them the Flatbush Five. I wish the best in the development this year. But given the fact that we have a roster crunch and this Cam Thomas drama, it's unfortunate that even in a rebuild, we have so much disunity and chaos going on. And until I think Sean and Joe step aside, it's going to keep happening unless we have new voices in that front office. Like seriously, it shouldn't be happening, but this is just what it's been like for 10 years under their leadership. Chaos and confusion.
Yeah, shout to Ice in the chat. I see you. He said Nets Media Day is September 30th, 10:30 a.m. Y'all heard John say that on his soliloquy. Excuse me. If you just put Brooklyn Nets on X, John will find you. Trust me.
Appreciate it, Bruce.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Shout to everything Brooklyn Nets, John. Shout to Ice Leaf, Pod Thorn. We gonna go to Notorious next. I seen him in the chat saying Giddey up. Talk to us. And if y'all wondering, you know what I'm saying, why I'm giving Joey the big screen, it's because he a member, man. You know what I'm saying? It's big dog status right y'all can't get it.
You said, wait, hold up. You say a member. What you mean?
Yeah, he a member, you know what I'm saying? He paid for a membership, so you know what I'm saying? He get the big screen, I mean.
Give that nigga.
Y'all just get the regular screen.
Throwing that nigga $4.99 a month.
Breeze said I'm gang.
I'm a member up too.
Throwing that nigga $4.99 a month, bro. Like I could just simply get a nigga a super chat, bro. Call it a fucking
yeah,
day,
my
bro.
nigga, I'm paying for my nigga to get his 4 for 4 for lunch. My nigga,
Bro, he could have got that shit off one super chat, bro. You ain't had to do all of that.
I'm paying for my man 4 for 4.
Nah. I'm putting the mittens on this one, bro. Hold up, nah, fuck out of here, bro. Like, ain't no way.
What's good though? What's good?
You mean to tell me I traveled 2,000 miles, nigga, and you giving this nigga a monthly fee?
Come on, man. I'm just trying to support the platform, bro. That's all. I ain't trying
to be nice. Everybody could use a 4 for 4. You know what I mean?
I get this nigga money every time I put a damn chat up in this mouth.
Not seriously. I got a strategy. Yeah, but besides all of that, I did want to get to Notorious about what he felt about Giddey up. That is in the title. He just joined the panel. Talk to us, Notorious.
Yeah, man, I just came up with that, man. That'd be a dope back page headline. Giddey up, man,
that's nasty.
For Chicago, man.
That's nasty.
All you Chicago beat writers out there, you know what I mean? Y'all can, that's on the house. But so I seen a meme today, and it was comparing all the numbers between Giddey, Kuminga, CT, and Grimes, and pleasantly surprised. Giddey had the best numbers, bro. He had. I mean, when you look at everything, he was averaging about 14 points. He was averaging about 7 assists, which is great for a point guard. It's pretty good. And then his shooting percentage was higher than everybody else's, so he was more efficient. So I was like, damn, okay. You know, granted, like Cam scored more points, you know, and this person might have had more of this, but Giddey was more evenly killed, you know what I mean, with his numbers than everybody else. So I'm surprised he got paid, but he got paid, bro. But just because Giddey got paid, that don't mean, you know, everybody else is supposed to get paid because everybody, you know, everybody's situation ain't the same. So with their current team. So but Yeah, that's all. That's all I had, man. I ain't gonna be long winded.
Yeah, I don't even want to mention Cam Thomas no more, man, because PT talking about getting traded and shit, man. I was just tight right now.
I
I
don't
will
think
say
I
this
was
though.
here the other night for the Mellow
I will say.
ceremony or
I
whatever,
will say
and
this.
the
I will
white.
say this
Oh
real quick.
yeah, him going to the Hall of Fame, yeah.
I
We're
will
gonna be
say
talking
this.
about that all off season.
I wanted to say this real quick about Cam. I do agree. I think he's on borrowed time. Unfortunately, I don't see him being here after next year.
Right.
Um, I mean, however you want to look at it, man. We talk about this shit all the time on this show. I mean, is it Cam for? Is it the front office for? They
You
just
think Cam
couldn't.
Thomas about to get lowballed out the
They.
NBA?
Joe,
It's a
you think they're gonna
possibility.
play
Hell
him? Do you think they're
no,
gonna
y'all
play him
taking it
next
Do I
too
year?
think they're
far
gonna play
now,
him?
man.
That's a good question too. That's a good question. My
Yeah, but
thing
you got to
is,
realize the difference is that he been professional. He had his out in I
If
guess with that journalist, but for the most part, as far as the Brooklyn Nets, he didn't say anything
No,
negative about
that's not.
it.
but
But
here's the
Breezy.
thing
That's
though.
not why
I
they're
want to
not
Let me
gonna
agree.
answer
play
my
him.
question real quick.
Like the thing is, bro. I don't want to put it at a disadvantage, bro. But
So
yo,
PT
JP, you
is
out
got a
right now,
point,
hold on.
bro.
JP.
Like a nigga that's making the kind of qualifying offer for 6 mil, bro. 9 times out of 10 don't really get the PT like that. But at the same time, this team is in the shitter, bro.
But
Like so,
at
I
the
mean,
same time, listen. At the
Bruh.
same time, he's still an asset that you want to move. You don't want to just let him leave and not. You want him to perform well so you can flip him at his highest ceiling. I would think
You
they're
Mhm.
gonna
can't though. He has
I
a
don't
no
think they
trade
not gonna flip him.
he
clause.
has a no trade clause.
He has a
And he don't
no
like
trade
Sean
clause.
Marks.
He's gonna
Exactly.
dictate.
Sean Mark
He's
said,
gonna
"Fuck all of
dictate
that.
where
I
he
just want
Hold
wants to
them
on,
go.
hold
motherfuckers
on.
gone."
Hold on. Let me
Hey,
read this comment. Hold on. Let me read this comment. T said they have to play Killer to gauge his trade value. He is an
that's what I just
unrestricted
said.
free agent
He,
next summer. So
he
if they
has
don't play
zero
him, he
trade
could walk
value to
for
the Nets.
nothing.
If
Yo,
He
Cam
has
nah,
is
they
walking,
can't
zero
afford.
trade
Listen,
value to the
hold on.
Nets. He
The
has
Nets
a
cannot,
trade. He has a no trade clause. So the
bro.
team that comes to the table for Cam Thomas already knows he's getting him no matter what.
Apparently, the
Mm-hmm.
only
Okay,
Why
so
would
let
person
you
me
that
give
let me
had
up?
ask you
trade
this.
Why
back.
would you give up assets
Mm-hmm.
if
for a
Cam
Apparently,
is
the
nigga
only
just
per
signed
Can
for
I
the
ask you
only
a
13
person
question?
million?
apparently the only person that had trade value was
if
Mikal, bro,
if
because
So
he
if
got
Cam is
5.
this
if
question.
Cam is walking for nothing, Sean Marks should follow him out the door at the end of this year.
So all the
That to me is
contract
the
people, let
fact
me
of the
ask you
night
a
here.
question. Let me ask a question. If does that no trade clause follow Cam to his next team? If he's or
No,
it goes away
No.
because he signed a
goes
Hold
new
on,
away,
hold on,
goes
hold
contract.
on.
away.
We posted this the other day. We were saying how I pulled it up, Notorious, and the no trade clause is for players that have been with one team for full seasons, and that's the only way you could get the no trade clause. I
But
think it's
can
one
I say
more way,
something
but
real quick?
the way
And
that
I'm
No,
gonna be
King
he
Thomas.
could
quiet.
get the
Can I
no
just say
trade
something real
clause
quick?
by signing the
Okay,
qualifying
but
offer.
cool. He
When
got
you
to
sign
know.
the qualifying offer, that automatically gives you a no
But here's
trade
my thing,
clause.
though, right? Here's my thing. Yes, he got the
Okay.
no trade clause, right? Cam got the no trade clause, and it's not shitting on Cam. Do you really think he got the nerve to be picky about where he want to go, my nigga? Like,
Yes.
No, that's a
I'm
fair
Yeah.
just
point, Joey. Joe, it's a
I'm
fair
just
point.
Listen,
I
let
give
me
it
tell
saying
you
Joey. It's
what.
a
though.
Let me
fair
tell you
point.
what. Let me tell
The
Joey. Let me tell
only
you what.
place he's
Hold on. Let
going
me tell
is
you what.
where they're
Here's
gonna
my
pay
thing
him.
though.
Listen, listen. Hold
You
on.
don't
With
know
the
how many
Wizards,
teams are going to be interested. Let's just say it's only one or two, a handful of teams interested in you, my nigga. If
no,
you
no, no.
want
But
out
hold
of
on,
here,
hold on,
you
hold
want to
on.
get out
Listen,
of here.
listen, listen. Hold
They
on, hold on.
might send him
Notorious.
to a
Hold on. Let me
shithole in
answer that.
Charlotte, bro. Like, who
Hold
knows?
on. Hold on. Let me answer that. One, for right now, this season, it's two teams. It's the Wizards and the Nets. That's two. If you say in a handful is five. If next season 5+ more teams are interested opposed to just the Nets and the Wizards, you're gonna wait out that season. You're gonna do what's best for your NBA career.
So
Mind you, hold on,
are
hold
they
on. Now, hold on.
interested or are they
Let
just
me
going to
ask
have
y'all this.
cap space?
Hold on.
What's the
I wanna
difference?
ask y'all this.
The Wizards have Trey Johnson.
Hold on,
They're not
I wanna ask.
interested.
Hold on. I wanna ask y'all this. Since Cam Thomas got drafted here, looking at it from his perspective, for the most part, if you can, right? It- do you think that they did best with his NBA career, or they could have did better, or do he feel like they hindered my NBA career? I could have been a better player if they paid or were more attentive to my player development. And with that
Of
being
course they
right,
hindered it.
right, no, with and if he feels that a feel away about it, Wouldn't he put himself in position to not just be traded to any franchise? Because you would think that the franchise, now mind you, he's a rookie coming in. He don't know the league until you get to the league. You know, if you know, but you know when you get there, right? He gets to the league, he see how they do business, regardless of what's being said. You know what's pen to paper. And on that note, he don't want to be done like that again. So what he do? He put the cards on his hands and say, "All right, I'm gonna just wait till next season." To Joe Notorious' point, instead of 2 teams that could be interesting, it could be 5+ teams. That is a big difference.
We about to watch a
Here's
6'2"
my thing, though,
nigga
right? Y'all sitting here
beat the
saying that
business
Cam
of
can't. I
basketball.
just don't think he's going to be super picky when getting out of Brooklyn. Y'all just saying in the same breath, Cam can't wait to get out of Brooklyn. He's going to be out of here. Why would he sit there and prolong and be picky about oh, I don't want to go to this team or that team?
Because franchises kill careers. Let's not pretend. Hold on. Let's not pretend that you could go anywhere and just be great, bro. No, franchises. Every franchise isn't equal.
But y'all saying he can't wait to get up out of here, though.
If we're looking at 3 potential,
no.
I ain't saying that.
It's not just
That's
that.
the temperature in the room. Cam can't wait to get out of Brooklyn.
That's Parthon saying that.
You repeat? You said. Let me say what I'm saying so y'all can get it clear. If once you signed the qualifying offer, right, you had a choice. You could have signed for $10 million 1 year, or the 2 years, get the 2 years with the $12 million, and you said no. The moment you say no and take the qualifying offer, you're only taking $6 million. You're the lowest paid, multi-year net on the team. Like, you look crazy now. So now you're leaving. You have a choice to veto any trade. That means any deal that happens because you co-signed it. And that means you're gonna have to negotiate with that team for your next contract, because you're not gonna go to a team for a few months.
I really don't even think Sean Marks gave a
I have a
damn,
question
bro.
for
He
you,
was just
Pod.
like, fuck it, you want to leave, go.
Would Cam turn down a chance to play with the Bucks right now, given how strenuous that situation is with Giannis? You don't think he would turn an opportunity to be one of the main scoring guards of that team?
Why
Because they
not?
really have Gary Trent right now as a scoring guard, and that I don't think that's
Why
great.
not? But what is the Bucks
for that.
What if he
offering him?
go there and they trade
The Bucks
Giannis?
offering him pool money.
Maybe a first round pick. Maybe we could get that 2031 pick or something for Cam at that point. I mean,
What
there's
if
not
he
much
go
to
to
get
the
from that
What if he
team.
go to the Bucks and they trade Giannis, my nigga, like a week later? Then he back in the same shitter that he was in over here, the number one
Well, he's
option
not
for a
going
shit
there for
Cam
scorer.
has a
Giannis.
fresh
He wants to
opportunity
get
then.
paid.
Wait, leave.
with
Cam
Thomas, bro.
Wait, leave. Cam has a fresh opportunity.
Hold on. Let me just say this one thing, John. If what y'all say, if what the general consensus is rings true, and he is a 6 man, you know how much a franchise, a team could value a starters getting minutes in the playoff because of Cam Thomas off the bench? It's ridiculous. Whatever team he goes to, and the 6 man, that's an NBA contending team, bro. They contend.
Okay.
I mean, how many
That's
years
why I
I've been
thought the
telling
Nets
you
wasn't
that,
going to trade
Breeze?
him.
Immediately, they contenders if he coming off the bench.
But how many years I've been saying that though?
Bro, I don't want him to come off the bench. He good enough to be a starter. I disagree with y'all.
I wouldn't rule out
for
the
this
pick.
team, nigga. Yeah, of course he is,
Yeah,
nigga. For the top 10 teams,
But here's the thing, though. Breezy, you just said in the same breath a couple pods ago, and you played Iguodala explained it. When you're stuck in that 6 man role, you get pigeonholed practically for how much you can get. Now, with that being said, it's been reported that Cam has wanted $30 million a year, right? That's what the report was. If he's stuck in that fucking 6 man pigeonhole, bro, he's not going to get the money that he's originally want. So if you leave the Brooklyn Nets and you don't even get the money that you was shooting for from the jump, because that's the whole reason why you left them, you kind of played yourself.
No,
that's a big. I don't think that's gonna happen, bro.
No.
That's a great point,
Joe.
Joe.
One more thing. I'm gonna land my point.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Though.
Yeah, but that's what you don't think is gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen. All right, he's betting on himself. That don't mean that it's gonna go right for him. Secondly, you said all these teams got all this cap space, bro. Next year, just because there's more teams with cap space, that don't mean they're gonna be interested in Cam Thomas. Just because there's 10 teams out there with cap space, don't mean 10 teams gonna be calling Sean Marks' phone for him
at all.
You know what?
There's 10 teams.
I wouldn't I wouldn't rule out the Patriots.
How many legitimate teams is breaking the bank for a nigga
Well,
that's asking for 20 mil, bro? Like,
Listen,
and
if
trying to
well,
start.
well,
listen,
Leaf.
listen. If I'm a contending team and I see a player like, yeah, everybody overlook Cam Thomas, but he did score 40 points 3 times in a row. I
They
mean,
gonna sign that nigga.
if
They
he
gonna
was on
sign
this
that nigga to
roster,
$3 million
if
deal.
if he was on this roster and our starters needed minutes to rest in the playoffs, and he's in the lineup, your
All I'm
starters could get
saying
rest,
is
bro.
if the
Breezy,
Serious
money,
rest.
if the money,
Breezy is going through the 5 stages of recovery right now, bro.
Bro,
Because
no, I'm saying he's a
I've been telling
competitive
him this.
player, bro.
I've
I'm
been
not,
telling
bro.
you
I don't know
about
what
Cam
you're talking
Thomas
about,
six
bro.
man role for the last 3 years, bro.
No,
Now you
bro. I
finally seeing the
disagree
light.
with it then, bro. I disagree with it then. I disagree
Well,
with
why
it
you
now.
bringing it up now?
Bro, listen, because what you don't get, Leaf, is that when I disagree with you, you think I don't understand. And that's my problem with you. I understand and I still disagree with you. So basically, what I was trying to say is I do not want Cam Thomas to be a 6 man then, and I don't want him to be a 6 man now. But do I understand the business of basketball? Yes. I understand how teams can implement him as being a 6 man. But while he's on this team, respectfully, he should start. Ain't nobody on this team that should start over Cam Thomas. Even if they
yeah,
rookies and they want
we
to
agreeing on
experiment
that.
and
Nigga,
all of this.
with this roster, I do agree that he should start, my nigga. But on the
Hey,
rosters
Breezy,
that you
I have
explain,
a
bro, like after
I
this
have a
year,
rebuttal to
Here's the
you
that.
thing.
basically giving the
Here's the
fate
thing.
that I had for Cam
Here's the
Thomas for
thing.
the last 3 fucking years,
I'm not
bro.
gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Based off of the rosters that we think he might go to and the teams he might go to, he might have a lesser role than in Brooklyn, and he might not get paid what he thinks. I think a lot of teams want Cam Thomas. They just don't want him for that fee. They want him for the
Well,
No,
low.
but no. Hold on, now Joey, take it. Hold on, Notorious,
And
take it
look,
there. Hold on. Let me
we
ask. I
can't
want to ask
trade
Notorious.
Nick Claxton or Cam Johnson. Like I said, we got nothing for Cam Johnson. We can't
Mhm.
trade Nick Claxton. It's because the numbers are wrong. The math
well,
they did
wait,
was
Pod. I
wrong. They
disagree on
paid
the
those dudes
MP.
too
Wait,
much.
Pod. I disagree on the
He's paying
MPJ
100
thing.
mil to Clax.
We did get a pick and free cap
Cam
space,
Thomas is
Pod.
officially the
I
J
know.
Hood of the
Wait.
NBA,
Can I
bro.
say
He
this to
about to get
Pod? Hey, can I just
John,
5 years, 10 mil.
Nah,
is the
Can I
cap
wait,
nah,
Pod?
he
space
Can I
not.
just say this
is
to
the
you real quick,
cap
Pod? Can
space
I say this to
free?
you? No,
Is the cap space free this
it's
year?
2027. That cap space will allow us to maybe get
Oh
a
my
star player
God.
potentially.
Do you
No, but
understand that that's not an asset?
what do
Do
you
you
mean?
understand
Cap
that's
space is not an asset. That's flexibility.
it's
That's how
they
you actually
didn't give
get
you
players.
they didn't John, please, my young Padawan, listen to me. They didn't give the Nets that cap space. That cap space wasn't created by Michael Porter Jr. They were supposed to compensate the Nets for taking up their cap this year and next. The value of performing that task is how many people can do it for you. If the Nets don't take MPJ, how many are you above the apron?
Apron.
Yes, you are. Are you
Bro,
above the second apron? Yes, you are. Are you ready in Denver, ready to pay triple for your roster cost? No, you're not. So they were supposed to pay more than a draft
no,
pick.
I agree with you. Wait,
At
can I
the
be
end
honest
of
with
the
Pod?
day,
Wait, can I
bro,
say
we
this to
we
Pod?
get
Pod,
You're
at
wait,
the
Chuck.
end
calling
of the
you're
day, we
calling
getting cap space
Wait,
and we
Pod.
getting a
Wait, can
pick,
I say this
bro.
to
calling
Pod?
So
that's
like,
fine,
Wait,
no
Pod,
matter
Pod.
I
which
It's
way
an
agree.
you
asset.
slice
It's
it,
not an asset.
Wait, Leaf. Wait, Pod, I agree
we
with you.
getting
Listen,
we getting
wait,
cap space and a pick,
wait,
pod, bro. No matter
wait.
which way you slice it.
Dog, that's not
No,
cap
wait. Can I
space.
say this? I agree with him. Listen, we all were in
They
agreement
didn't give the cap space to him.
wait, Pod, when
The
you were on that.
the the
Wait,
We
contract
Pod.
is up in
created the
two
cap
years,
space.
just like Cam
Listen.
Johnson is. What you
Please.
talking about?
I
That's not
agree
a
with you.
reward, though.
Wait, can I say
That's
this to
not a
Pod? I
reward.
agree with you. Listen, we could have traded Cam Johnson a year earlier if we had a competent GM. We didn't. But can I be honest with you?
No,
Consider,
Cam Johnson
wait,
had 2 years left
no,
too.
no, listen, I agree with you, but listen, at the end of the day, we did get a pick for him. We do have cap space in the future. But listen, I agree
You
though.
didn't get a pick for him.
We
You got
probably
nothing
could have.
for him.
No, wait, I just
He
want to say
was
to you,
We
capped
I
did get a
fraud.
agree.
pick for him.
Wait,
You
I
did
agree
not.
with you, Pod, that we
Yes, we
probably should have
did.
got way, we probably should have got way more for Cam Johnson, but I'm not completely upset with that deal. Am I upset with Michael Porter Jr.'s behavior? Yes, but I'm upset that we got a pick. No, am I upset that we got $40 million cap space? No. So like there are some pros here. There are definitely cons with the deal, but there are pros that if we had a competent GM, we can use to benefit
So
ourselves of building our team up in
so
the
So
next 2 years.
John, let me give you
damn, I thought we
let
was
me
talking about
talk to
Cam
me, John,
Thomas.
for a
We get
second.
over here,
I
but all
come
right.
to you.
I'm trying,
I
Joey.
hold on a second. If if I come to you and I ask to rent your cap space,
Mhm.
right? You have cap space, I don't.
Right.
John, can I rent your cap space?
Not without
And you
giving
say
me at least a
yes.
few picks.
You say yes. Do
Mhm.
you think I can pay you with an expiring contract? Like for 2 years of taking up $40 million of my cap space?
No,
Yeah.
listen, I agree with you, Pod, but here's another thing we have to think about with
You
Cam
could
Johnson. He
you
didn't
will
Cam
accept an
Johnson.
expiring contract for
I
that.
know, but Pod, we also have to take into account too. Cam Johnson didn't
Come
peak till
on,
he's
man.
28 years old. So like,
we paying Cam Thomas less, bro. Come on.
let's
might
hold
get
on.
That don't
Wait,
got
Pod,
nothing to do with it.
but so at the end of the day, Cam Johnson's value was good at last year's deadline, but wasn't great. A lot of teams were offering 1 pick for Cam Johnson. The good thing about this pick in 2032, Joker will be at the end of his career. So it's
Yo,
not
I
like
was
the
on
worst
here with
gamble in the
y'all.
world
We
we
were
took with
talking
that
about
pick.
3 picks for Cam Johnson.
We were
We
never
were
going to get
talking
3 picks
we
for
were
him.
Three
Wait,
talking
wait.
picks.
about
We were
trading
never going to
Cam
get 3 picks
Johnson.
for Cam
What
Johnson.
We were
team?
talking
What
about
was the
trading
trade?
Cam
What was the
Johnson
trade,
to
PT? What
we
was the
were trying to
trade?
trade Cam Johnson to OKC
For 3 picks?
for that Euro guard and 2 picks. That's what
Nah, I
everybody
think
was
Nikola
talking
Topic
about.
and two
Sacramento.
That was the
picks?
rumor.
Sacramento.
That
No,
was the rumor. You
Sacramento
don't
was
remember the trades that Nets
I
press
never saw it
released?
on
Sacramento.
Twitter.
I know the
Never.
rumors
You
for
never
two
saw the trade.
picks,
I
not
never
three
saw it on
picks.
Twitter, and you
Y'all
sent me a
start
lot,
spreading the rumors,
and I
man.
never seen it on Twitter, bro. And conveniently,
Y'all got
I'm
Sean
tagged on a
Marks
lot of
memory.
shit.
Y'all got
Hold on,
Sean
hold on.
Marks memory. They were saying Cam Johnson was the most
I
valuable
you
trade piece at the trade
It was
deadline, and I
Sacramento,
tweeted it
Hold,
bro.
earlier.
Sacramento wanted Cam Johnson.
Yo,
Sacramento
hold,
wanted Cam Johnson. What was the trade? What was the trade? Joey.
It
I
that
don't
was
shit
know.
was
I think
not
they
happening, bro.
wasn't trying to give up. They was only
All the
trying to
shit
give
I
Keegan
up
get
a
Murray,
first.
tagged in, bro. Niggas don't know the trade, bro.
it was Lyles.
This
It
shit
was
sound like
Lyles. It was
Harrison
Lyles
Barnes.
and a pick. I think it was Lyles and a pick. We wanted Devin Carter. They didn't want to budge on Devin Carter.
no, it's
That's
not
why
that
the deal never
it's
came
not
to the
that we wanted
surface.
Devin Carter. We wanted the other kid, the power forward, small forward, the front
You
court
took
You
kid.
talking about
What's his
Keegan
name?
Murray?
Yes, that's who we wanted.
No, we
Oh,
didn't want
yo, I'm
Devin
Keegan
glad.
Murray.
Carter.
Wait,
I'm
it
glad
wasn't
that trade
Murray.
ain't go through.
There was
I'm
no.
so glad that trade ain't
They
go through.
love Sean Marks loves players like
No,
Keegan
we
Murray.
know.
Shoot
Wait. Sean
threes.
Marks says,
Oh,
wait, Pot.
he a
Sean
foreign
Marks says,
player.
we don't.
He a foreign
Keegan
player.
Murray wasn't making no real money, man. That nigga
We
Hold
didn't
on,
want
$5
hold on,
Keegan
million
y'all.
Murray.
dollars.
They
Hold
wanted
on, y'all.
Keegan Murray.
He
Hold on.
wanted
They
Keegan
say
Murray.
hold on, because they say they crazy until they prove they're genius. I just want to show y'all 10 players that had no trade clause. Just let me get through this real quick. It's not gonna take a long time, right? All right, so you got LeBron James, right? He LeBron James, case in point is he was able to go to the team that he wanted to go to because he had the no trade clause. This is what these players do. And I just want to show you the company that a no trade clause players is Bradley Beal, LeBron
You should have
James,
did
Carmelo.
qualifying offer.
All right, but I'm just saying this is also it. Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Dirk
This is all
Nowitzki.
time.
No, this is the top 10 players they have when I, you know what I mean. It's a
I mean,
Ray
you
Allen,
talking about
Curry,
Kobe? You got to be all time, right?
yeah,
All time, no trade clause team.
Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, David
Oh, come
Robinson,
on.
How
Kevin
many of
Do
Garnett.
them niggas had a
qualifying
qualifying
offer.
offer for $6 million though?
Yes,
None of them
Stockton.
niggas had a qualifying offer. Like,
For $6 million? Come on, son, stop this. Get off this.
Yeah,
yo,
Get
listen.
go
off
look
this,
up
bro.
what players had a qualifying offer and see if they signed with their team the next year. And the
No,
answer
listen,
is no.
we all know Cam
Yeah,
doesn't want
I'm
to be
not. I'm
here.
not
We
looking
all
for
know
that
that.
content, man. I'm pretty sure it's probably zero. But
And
yeah, man.
Now, Breezy, what did you want to say to me? Because we got diverted from the Cam Thomas conversation.
What was you saying exactly?
No, I was going to say is that I think a lot of teams do want Cam, but they don't want him for the role that a lot of people think they do. Like Cam Thomas is not going to go to these teams and start, or they're not going to give him a lot of teams that want Cam Thomas, they want young, good, cheap help. That's what they want. These NBA
Exactly.
teams love to get a young player on a
For
nice, cheap
dirt.
contract
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that they can get good production out of.
Because that's what
Mm-hmm.
the CBA is all about. You really
But
think they're
that's
about to
but
pay a
see,
6'2" nigga
but
like Cam Thomas to be a
but this
championship piece on their team?
is what I'm saying. The business of basketball it take the fun out of basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, far as what he's gonna get paid, y'all not gonna hear much pushback. I said what I said, and for the most part, he doesn't have the upper hand because he played 67 games, one out of 4 seasons. So realistically, he do got some games under the belt, but just the negotiating table when you talk about the rule, if it's the 65 game rule, they gonna hold, they got the upper hand when it comes down to negotiating power. So
He don't got
I
his ducks lined
understand
in a row, bro.
right. I understand the business of basketball. I get it, but at the end of the day, I'm talking of my soliloquy is leaning more on how good he would be compatible chemistry wise, how he would be with the said rookies, because that's what I'm looking for. Now, every time he make a bucket, I'm not gonna be like, damn, he only makes $6 million. Like I'm just not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be happy that he scored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I feel you, but Breeze on this
That shit gonna
team
be
is
for only
it's low
15
hanging
games this
fruit though.
season.
It's low hanging
Yeah.
fruit on a team like ours because, like, yeah, I mean, what other team? It's not too many other teams Cam Thomas going to go to and start and be putting up 30 and 40 balls. We got a very very bad team, so he's allowed to, spread his wings a little bit. He's not going to be allowed to do that type of shit, especially on a championship contended team. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
don't
know,
know. When I think about what y'all saying and y'all talk about bench players, I'll say Nas Reed is better than him. And RP to his sister. I heard a crazy story. His sister got, what I'm saying,
Yeah,
uh,
RP to
went
Nas
alive
Reed's sister,
by her
yeah.
boyfriend. That was a crazy story, bro.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
I could be
crazy.
that
wrong,
was
bro. I
sad. That
could be
was sad.
wrong. I
But
could
when
be
I
wrong.
Joey, no, notorious. All I'm saying is bench players. I got Nas Reed in front of him, and that's it. Like I can't think of a lot of bench players that's in front of him, bro. Off the
Yeah,
You know,
bench,
you know a team that might make sense for Cam Thomas, the
maybe not. I
Pacers,
give you
because
Nas Reed, but that's it.
you know a team might make sense for Cam Thomas, the
Hold on, you think
Pacers,
Caruso
because
is better than Cam? Cam is better than Caruso?
Bro,
Nah,
bro, you
Caruso's
got
not.
it, bro. Even though you got it, Caruso too, but that's two.
No, you know a team that.
Nah, go ahead, man. Y'all be getting me tight with this shit,
Wait,
man. Go
wait,
ahead, man.
Joey,
Yeah,
Word
Joey,
up, man.
that
wait,
nigga,
Joey. You know a team that
that
might make
nigga Breezy
sense.
gonna do 5 different stages tonight, bro. I'm telling you.
yo,
Joey, you know a
we
team
there
that
for
might
him.
make a team that might make
Nigga
sense.
Breezy just
Joey, a team that might make sense for Cam is the Pacers because Matt Thurman is now going to be a starter because Hallie's out for the year, and maybe a backcourt of T.J. McConnell
it
and
look
Cam off the
Hallie
bench
and
might
Miles
work.
Turner, man. That team is in refish mode. I don't know what the fuck they in, bro.
I
Like they
think I
look.
think the Bucks. I think the Bucks and the Pacers make sense, or
Yeah,
his
those are
best
two
fit.
teams I have, and maybe the
Nah,
Lakers.
the
That's
the
about
Who
it.
Pacers
the
have
starting two guard
Mathurin.
for the Bucks?
No, but Matherin's starting though, Pod. Thomas would
No,
essentially play in
Mathurin
the
comes off the
backcourt.
Matherin
bench.
came off the
No,
bench.
no, no, no. But given Halliburton is out, they're going to move Matt Thurin to the starting lineup this year. That's what the
They
coach
might
already
move
He's
told
not
him.
TJ
gonna be the point
McConnell to the
guard.
starting one. I don't know.
No,
Yeah, it's McConnell.
a backcourt of McConnell and Thomas off the bench isn't a bad backcourt off your bench because
You
McConnell
mean
can play
McConnell
make,
and
he can play
Nemhard?
defense, and Thomas
McConnell
can
gonna start
score.
this
You
year.
mean McConnell
Is
and Nemhard?
exactly. It's gonna be McConnell and Nemhart and
That's
what's
what
his
you
name
meant to
can't get.
say.
He's not gonna
But
start over McConnell, Nemhard, or Mathurin.
but wait, didn't you hear what the Pacers coach said? The Pacers coach said, Matt Thurin, you're going to start, and this is your year to earn it or something like that. I
Oh,
could have
all
sworn I
right,
saw
then
something like
Nemhard.
that.
Then like
And then,
Nemhard was like their defensive stalwart in the playoffs. Like
and
he's going
the,
nowhere.
exactly,
Yeah.
he had the assignment of SGA, bro. Like so, I mean,
Yo,
go figure.
if you notice, they've gone like almost all the good teams have gone to good defensive shooting guards, whether it be OKC, Indiana, or Boston. Boston got those
Uh,
pit bulls that they want
got
out
got
there
Drew
too.
Holiday and Derek White, but they
You know what
gave
I'm
up Drew
saying?
Holiday though, so they only
But
got
they
Derek
s-
White now, and
they but they
they
got
had Jalen Brown, so like one of them. So
Hey
yeah.
Pritchard is
man,
a
Breezy,
Pritchard
I don't want you to
Pritchard is
think
a
I'm hating on
nuisance
CT,
too.
man. I wish him the best, man.
Pritchard, wait, hold
No,
Nah,
on,
in the
Joey, I
bro.
get where
beginning,
you're coming from.
Nas Reed ain't
I'm just
even the
trying to be
best bench player
realistic.
in the league, bro. Like that's
No,
Pritchard.
No, Joey, you're trying to find solutions to a very complex issue right now. And the thing is, if Cam is walking for nothing, you want to get something back from him. Even if it's minimal, Sean Marks cannot allow him to just walk for nothing. Because if that's the case, let him walk with him. Let him walk out the door, because that's just
Bro, I don't
horrible
even, bro. The fact that
mismanagement.
we still acknowledging Sean Marks right now is wild
So
to me,
here's my
bro.
thing.
I
What
want to
what do you
talk
think you're
about
going to get for
ABCs
CP?
and goddamn bread or Walmart or some shit. I don't want to talk about this idiot
Wait,
no
Joey,
more.
what were you saying, Joey?
I'm saying, what do you think you're going to get for
Ziploc
CP, bro? With
bags.
with with
Well,
him being
well, let's look at the examples. If
on a
I said,
6 year,
if, all
six
right,
mil expiring
well,
with a no trade clause,
Well,
what do you
well,
think you're
let's
going
look
to
at.
get for?
Well, here's some examples. I mentioned the Pacers, maybe Jerice Walker in a second pick. Lakers, Dalton
You're
can have a
not getting
second pick.
Jarris Walker. Like, why y'all
Wait,
saying these
Paul. What do you mean? Walker
Jarris
wasn't getting
Walker?
playing time. He wasn't getting playing time with the Pacers. You do your research. How much
Research.
playing time was he getting with them? He wasn't
I'm
getting a
just
lot of
saying
playing
though,
time with the
Jarrett. You don't
Pacers.
see Jarris Walker playing in the summer. He's killing people. Like he's
Yeah, but he's
supposed to
not
play.
getting
It's just
minutes
that
on that team with the Pacers. They already got Pascal in front of him.
he's not
Turner was
get.
in
They're
front of him.
not.
All these other guys were in front of him.
That's what I'm. That's why I'm telling you, he's not going to the Pacers. They just mentioned them because they're gonna have some cap space. He's not going to the Pacers. If you look at that, squad, you could
Can't rule it out
Jarris
though,
Walker.
Pod.
They're gonna just throw away Jarris Walker. Are you crazy? No
But
way.
but Walker doesn't even
Jarris
have a
Walker,
defined
I ain't
role with
gonna
the
lie. Jarris
Pacers.
Walker might be the heir apparent, bro, to Miles Turner, bro.
I
Shit.
don't see that. They don't they re-sign Ian Jackson. Don't they have another center they got from Memphis? Like
I
they
think
replaced Miles Turner with some below average centers already. So that
I
just
don't
makes
even know.
Walker's job harder than it
I
should
think
be at
they
this
wanted
moment.
Santi Aldama, but I don't
Hey,
know
I
if
ain't
they
gonna
got.
hold you. The Pacers gonna miss. They gonna miss Turner, man.
They got Jay Huff from
They
Memphis.
everything.
J
I'm
Hub,
telling you,
J
watch.
Hub. That's what I was trying to say. Ice J Hub. They
Oh,
have
Jay
people in
Huff.
front of him already. They have
I
people in front of Therese Walker. So it actually
I
would make
forgot
sense, Pod,
about
if we
Jay
got
Huff.
Therese Walker and a second for Cam, because
Jay
Walker will at
Huff.
least get a role on his team.
That's like the
somewhere.
coldest basketball name, bro. Like today, right now, Jay Huff.
Jay Huff is tough, bro.
Yeah, Jay Huff. Yeah, Jay Huff is alright, bro. He ain't get. They stopped giving him PT in Memphis, man. Now they all in
But
on
yeah,
That
front court.
but
that's one
but
example, Joey.
hold on on that note, but not it's a little different. But did y'all see the Zero Fizz jersey?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
That's tough too. I like that.
yeah,
I
but it's
saw
a
it, bro.
Pelicans jersey, so
I
it's
mean, he
ugly.
not a Nets fan. I ain't hurting or nothing like
But it's
that.
a Pelicans jersey, so it's ugly.
Yeah, right.
I'm still
Exactly.
copping one. I'm
Pelicans can't
still
even fly.
copping one. That's
I
a
ain't
No
cop,
classic
man.
right
disrespect,
there.
Pelicans, but y'all got some horrible, horrible jerseys, bro.
They do,
It's just
but I'm
ugly.
copping that one.
I ain't copping that shit, bro. Because nobody told them nobody told them to start the pole ride, bro. They knew they ain't had no business picking him. They gonna pick him anyway after they got Jordan Poole, and they gonna put him in the backcourt with who? DeJounte Murray. Fuck out of here. You got
Yo,
DeJounte Murray for
Exactly.
Scooby snacks, bro, and you
Pel-
got Jordan Poole for probably less than half on a dollar because you ain't got to pay Zion the extra money. You got him on a show me contract and a weight clause, and he
Yeah.
ain't even meeting that.
Pelicans got mad lucky, man.
DeJounte want out right now. He don't want to even play for that team. He don't like that.
DeJounte got a Scottie Pippen contract, bro, and compared to this CBA, bro, he can't do nothing. Like
Yeah,
shit,
he don't want out. He don't
He
even
don't
Pelicans
want
make
got
to.
that
damn
much, right?
thing.
He
He
on a good
can't
contract,
demand
man.
shit. You do what we tell you to do. That's,
Yeah. Pelicans got mad lucky getting both Fears and they got who else did they
then
get?
they
They
got
got
Derek
Queen.
No,
Queen.
they didn't
Derek
get
Queen,
lucky.
man.
Hold on,
They
real
got
quick. They
lucky.
didn't real quick. They did not get lucky. They had to trade their next 26 pick
Oh
to
right,
move up.
right. That was a
Right.
crazy
So
gamble.
they
That
didn't
was a
get
crazy
lucky.
gamble.
They
They
definitely had to
didn't.
trade. Yeah, they definitely
I
had to
meant
Yeah.
trade to
more with
move up.
Fears.
They
I meant
paid.
more with Fears, Joey. They got lucky with Fears,
Oh
man.
yeah, they got
That
lucky
Nah,
was
with.
they
But
they
I'm saying
They didn't
tanked.
have no business picking fears, bro. Like
They
they picked.
tanked. They earned that.
no, they didn't earn that. Zion got injured again, and Brandon Ingram
They
got
still
injured. Like
tanked.
they were supposed to be. Wait, Pod. They were
When
supposed to be
Zion got,
winning.
they
The
traded
Pelicans were
Brandon
supposed to
Ingram.
be winning last year. They were supposed to be a
That don't
garbage
matter.
ass
They
team.
tanked. They
No,
tanked.
no. I don't
They
like
tanked.
that, man.
The
They know
only
they're
thing that's
trading.
going, the only
They
thing
know
that's
they're
going to
trading
satisfy
Zion.
me,
They
bro,
picking
is
John, I
if
agree
Ye.
with you, John. Before the season
The
Facts. Come
only
started,
thing
on.
that's
hold
going to
on. Before the
satisfy me
season
is if
started,
Ye got.
The Pelicans were supposed to be a playoff team based off their roster before the season started. Yes, The shit just fell apart.
Facts. They
I
got
say
gift.
a
They got
play-in team,
It
bro. The
Joe,
West was
Joe,
too
Joey,
loaded.
it doesn't
Joey,
matter.
facts. They got gifted hamburger helper Zion. They had Brandon Ingram. They couldn't make crap with that, and then you get
DeJounte Murray.
It
gift wrapped
when
fears, man. Come
when
on.
they realized that they didn't have nothing, they tanked. They stopped playing players. They didn't let DeJounte get up off the injury list. They kept people on the bench.
They kept
Their
it.
organization stayed focused and did what they had to do, and the reward was Jeremiah Fears. That's the
Yeah,
way
no,
this
but that was
works.
Pod. That was after everybody was hurt though. They whole starting
Yeah,
five was
Exactly.
damn near
yeah.
hurt. Their
Exactly.
whole
That's
starting
my
Bro,
whole
five was
They
point,
damn near hurt.
guys.
They ain't had nobody left,
yo,
bro.
That's
they told
exactly what it was.
they told Trey
everybody was on
Daniels
the injured
chill out.
list.
Exactly.
Didn't
That's why
didn't
I said
DeJounte
before the
break?
season
They
started.
they put healthy niggas on that injured list. Trust me
Yeah,
on that.
DeJounte got hurt
It's
the
the same.
first
It's
game
the
of the
same thing with.
season.
It's the same thing with the Sixers. They was slated to be a playoff team, and then the
Right.
season started, and niggas started getting hurt. And they're like, "Okay, we're
They
tanking now."
they just
That's
And
showed
right.
telling,
Embiid in
and
training
telling me
camp.
the
By
only team that
by
legitimately
December,
lost, bro, was the Charlotte Hornets, bro. And they ended up with Con Kneppel, who did the only workout for them, bro. Like, man, this shit is. Listen, bro. Like, y'all gonna stop? Y'all listen. I don't want to hear nothing about the draft no more. Team, hit me
hey,
up when these niggas start competing, bro, and then some niggas actually look good on the team. If Yego's out there putting up
I don't want to
16,
hear your
6 and
mouth.
6,
I don't want to hear your mouth about Cam
Yeah,
Boozer at all during the
yo,
season. You
why
I'm
the
waiting.
fuck would I
don't
talk
say
about
nothing
Cam
about
Boozer? I
AJ.
don't even
Don't
like
say
light skinned
nothing.
niggas, bro. Why is
Don't
you
Wait,
even
saying
say
that?
nothing.
Yo,
Don't even say
whoa,
nothing
Why
whoa.
about
would you?
AJ
Why would you even
Debanja.
say I
Yo,
say
come
Cam
on,
Boozer,
Hey,
bro?
man.
What I
family
look
that
like?
was
entertainment.
Hey,
Family
What the fuck I
entertainment.
look like? Wonder
Come
Bread to
on,
you, bro?
yo,
Like, get
come
out of
on,
nigga,
man.
here.
you
I'm
love
trying to get
that point guard
sponsors to
out of
like the channel, man.
OKC.
Y'all letting the F word fly.
I
Family
didn't say it.
entertainment, guys.
I'm
I
trying
I
ain't
to
didn't
saying.
say it.
I'm only
get
mentioning family,
Come on,
bro.
man. Y'all know Leaf is a colorist. That's why he don't like Tatum.
yo.
Oh man, I just can't wait for Leaf to say the bots are nothing in a few months. I just can't
Yo,
wait.
Yo,
I'm
Leaf
He's
is
trying
sitting
to
definitely
here.
gonna say
yo,
Leaf
I'm
don't.
that.
trying
Leaf
to
is
tell you,
confused.
yo.
He don't like light skinned niggas, but he like Nicola Topic. I had to listen to you for 6 months cry
Oh
about
my
Nicola
Yo,
Topic,
god,
Hey, see, I'm telling
and
you,
now
Leaf,
you don't like
Leaf,
light skinned
that's
niggas.
a
Leaf, you better,
fact.
Leaf,
That's
you
the
better get
lightest light skinned
content
nigga
back,
they
Leaf.
got.
no, it was
That's
actually
the
Zach
lightest
Edey,
light
but
skinned nigga
that's
they got is
conversation.
Nicola Topic.
Right.
Nah, he was talking about Tobies too. Yeah, he was talking about Tobies.
Talking about
Nah,
See,
Topish,
but
bro,
to
for
be
like
that's
fair,
what
I'm
I
Leaf.
talking
want.
about
Leaf.
Yo,
No,
He's
no.
Topish for
saying he
like
don't
maybe
like
Hold on.
light
half the
skinned
I
niggas.
off
How
season.
yo,
how you
I
like
remember.
short
I was
Martin?
talking about Topish for maybe half the off
No, but real
season. Well,
talk.
number one.
no,
Leaf,
Number
Leaf,
hold
can
on,
I
hold
give
on,
you
That's
your
two.
flowers,
6
Leaf?
Number
months.
two.
hold
Bro,
on.
like
Leaf,
everybody
I
like
want to
to
give
talk
you your
about some shit
flowers,
that I
Leaf.
done said, bro. I still didn't find the
No,
footage of me
PT.
talking about how I thought Zaire was gonna be trash. I was looking for
Please,
that
No,
shit
please
for
no,
don't go
hold
weeks.
back
on,
down this
hold
Oh
I
road,
was
yeah,
on,
Leaf.
looking for that. Nah, I'm
hold
going
on,
back
that
hold
was
down
on,
that road
Pi.
because I'm
hold
sick
That
and
was
on,
tired of
Pi.
niggas telling me I
Reporting
said
was
some shit and
Pi.
I
hold
ain't say the
Yeah.
on,
fucking shit.
I was trying
Fuck
to
hold on,
out
give
of
you
hold
here,
your
on, hold
bro.
on,
flowers,
no, no.
bro.
Hold on, no,
What?
no.
No.
PT, yo,
I didn't
hold on,
say.
hold on. PT is on to something. He said, and this is funny.
Ken,
I was crying. Hold on. He said, no, Nettori, he said, leave a colorist. Now I was laughing. Now I'm not saying that's what it is, but then PT said, how you don't like light skinned niggas, but you talk all of this shit about Topage, like you love Topage so much, but you don't like light skin.
Yo,
No, I was, but to be fair, Leaf was talking
Exactly.
about. I just want to give Leaf his
like you
flowers.
can't
Leaf,
even name
Leaf.
the last time I said Nicola Topish
No,
other
no, but
than
I want
just
to give you
now.
somebody.
The
Leaf
fuck
was. You
out of
was
here.
talking
Well,
about
of
Leaf.
course,
Hold
you
on.
said light
You
I
were
skin niggas
saying
remember.
that
stick
they should
together.
trade. They should trade for him at the
When the
draft.
last time? When the last time
Jesus
I said it?
Christ.
June.
June.
hey, yo,
This
June.
this past June. This past
Yes.
June. You a damn
Yeah.
lie. You a damn
You
lie.
June.
I ain't gonna
You
hold you.
can't find it.
You was
You
like you
can't
was like
find
that.
it. And you sitting
You
at your computer right now. You
you
can't find it.
you
Leaf.
was
Yo,
you was how
bro,
you
we
wish I
stream
could
Leaf.
TV,
I
find it. This
but
shit
remember.
is
I
I
don't know
remember.
in
I
how
my
they gonna
remember.
mind.
Hold on,
find
real
it.
quick,
It's
y'all.
like
That's
Real
a
quick.
nigga
fact.
really
You can't
serious about
find
this
it.
Topin shit.
You can't fucking find it.
Real
Why
quick.
would
Real,
we
P,
have to
chill out,
find it
bro.
when
Please, like,
everybody in this chat
Leaf
know
got
that you
hidden
said it?
tapes, bro. Leaf
No,
got
bro,
hidden
because you
tapes.
You
because
you
you heard
love
me say it.
Topich.
You heard me say it 1 or 2 times a
You
year
don't
ago, bro, and then you
you
ran
don't
with it.
love Topich.
No,
You didn't say nothing about Topich when you saw him
I ain't
play in the
say
summer
nothing about
league.
Topis.
Yes, you did. Stop
Yeah,
bro,
lying.
I
you
had to
did.
nah,
watch
You
you
the
did,
was
video,
bro.
making
bro.
up again.
Yo,
You
hold
talking
on,
about?
bro. Yo, Leaf, bro. You gonna come
I'm
up
gonna
here
start.
and
I'm gonna
say
start
you
getting my tape recorder out when Leaf
not?
start talking.
Pause.
Yo, man.
Yo, Leaf. Yo, Leaf, bro, hold on, bro. I had to put you on mute, bro, because you can't just out talk everybody. When we always here, you didn't say nothing bad. We just saying that you was mentioning Topic a lot.
Yeah, he said he
And
was
how
a
you
good
gonna say
player.
that you don't like light skinned dudes, but you was saying all of this good stuff about Topic?
It was
Yo,
just a joke, Leaf, man.
yo,
Right, it
let
was
me,
just a joke. That, but you say you ain't say nothing about Topic. That
He's
was
That's
saying it's a
crazy
joke.
work.
It
yo,
wasn't
nah.
funny.
But hold on. Any player that Leaf likes, bro, he gonna talk about for a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
right.
He gonna
No, I
talk
want to
about
give
for a
Leaf his
minute.
flowers though, real quick, y'all. Leaf,
Give
to
him
be
his
honest,
flowers.
no, hold on, real quick. Leaf was the first one. Well, he put me on to Yegor. Leaf
Yeah,
talked a lot about Yegor before we drafted him.
Stop
yeah,
it.
no, fact.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it.
Leaf
Stop
did
it.
talk about
Y'all don't
Jaeger.
remember
Nah.
that
PT
night
I
was
heard.
the
Nah,
first
I'm
one.
No,
just
no,
came
no.
in
I
here.
heard
PT was the
the
first one.
first time I heard Yegor was do PT.
Yeah,
okay.
not fact.
All right,
Yeah,
You
fact.
I'm
mentioned
just saying.
Diego though. I remember that.
I believe you,
He
bro.
told me to look up Yegor. I looked him up the same day I was sold.
I believe you. I believe you. I'm just saying you're on this show more than PTR is, and you used to talk about Yegor a lot because you was like, yo, if we don't get Fears, I want to get Yegor. Da 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 da. You used to always talk
And we
about
ended up
Yegor.
with
Yeah,
him.
And then it was
yeah.
Ace, and then it was Noah second. It was everybody else.
No,
Yeah,
but I
He
did.
like
I
Ace
brought.
over. He like Ace over Yegor. But we
Mhm.
couldn't get him.
I
We
mean,
So
couldn't get
everybody
him.
liked the Ace over Yegor,
No,
bro.
Everybody
I
liked the
gotta give
Ace
it
over
to I gotta give
Yegor.
it to Leaf when he was doing his Zach Edey thing. He had me so convinced that we should trade Claxton for Edey, no doubt, because he did a great job of convincing me.
We
And I'll give it
still
to you.
should.
You were really convincing with
We
the Edey
still
stuff,
should to this
man.
day.
Yeah.
I'm
no,
not
They
letting go
not.
of that. I just think say
the
it.
They
one I
not
will
giving
always
us,
agree with Leaf
bro.
about
If Jordy
is
Fernandez
that
could
kid
pull
with the
that off
green
and get
hair. What's
Zach
his name
Edey
again?
there,
Leaf,
bro.
the center.
Who you
Kudos.
talking about?
Mollywop?
No,
You
no,
talking
no.
about Kai Jones?
Kai
Oh,
Jones. Kai Jones is a player, man. If he could just get his mind right,
yeah.
he's a
Leaf used to
player,
talk
yo.
about him a lot too.
Oh man, he was kicking our butts in Dallas that last
Kai
game.
Jones was in Dallas dunking on goddamn Claxton like at least 3 times.
Yo,
Because I
fact.
remember that time, because Kai Jones got kicked out the league, and he was just sitting somewhere in the Caribbean, and Lee was like, "Yo, we need to go get him.
Bahamas.
We got him."
But
He
you
was
know,
sitting in
Sean
Bahamas.
Marks,
The
Didn't Kai just
Bahamas.
go to
character
Euro
But we
guy.
League?
still got Sean Marks, bro. Like, nah, that shit happened after he dunked on Wimby in the summer league, bro. Like, he ain't been seen. His minutes been limited since, bro. Like, I don't know why, bro. He dunked on Wimby in the summer league, bro. Like, they was like, yeah, it's quiet.
I'm telling you, we missed out on so many bigs in this draft. I swear, if a Mallywalk does well, if a Reynard does well, everybody got to give Sean Marks hell for that, man. You had like 8 to 9
The,
centers to pick from, and you stuck with Claxton.
Hell with
I
that.
just
If
can't.
the
if if
miss,
if
the miss was
Ryan
a
Clark
Senge.
to do well, bro, like,
Woo! You
come
know,
on,
Ice is
bro.
gonna let him know. Ice has
I
got
heard
all
the
the
one
centers
kid
on
from
scout.
Georgetown. What's the kid from Georgetown? He hurt. What's his
Yeah,
name?
Sorba out
Sorbo,
for the year.
yeah, that was
Sorba out for the
disappointing.
Yeah,
year.
That was disappointing.
Sorba out for the year.
I'm glad we ain't pick his ass.
Oh man,
Nah. I don't
imagine!
even think
Oh
he out
my
for the
god,
year, bro. They
yo,
redshirting him, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah.
But Sean Mark still might have picked him. He like drafted injured players.
he
I
sure
mean,
does.
but Sorba is being redshirted, bro. It ain't a
No, he
it ain't a
was.
coincidence. It ain't a coincidence, bro. That's the second pick that the Thunder got in 2 years in a row that got hurt out for the season. Get the
That's
fuck out of
freaky.
here.
That's freaky, man. Back to
Come
back.
on.
That's
Back
freaky.
to back picks, bro. As good as Sam Presti is supposed to be.
And they don't
Uh,
care.
I know they don't care because they want a
They,
chip.
they don't care. They don't need Sorber until they're getting rid of Hartenstein.
True.
That's true.
True.
They could put him on the shelf for a few years.
Yo, they playing with house money, man. He's got 15 picks. He's got all
That's
these guys under
exactly
contract.
That's exactly what
Like,
I was
come
trying to
on.
You
tell.
know what?
That I'm trying to tell you,
He play.
PT red
But
shirt,
here's the thing, though.
Meanwhile,
He playing with house
meanwhile,
money,
red
so he
shirt the
got to pay
nigga.
all them motherfuckers in that
Yeah.
yeah.
small ass market.
Meanwhile, Sean Marks wants us to photocopy OKC with Keon Johnson, with Tariq Whitehead, with
Uh,
Jalen Wilson, with Drew Timme.
I don't
Oh
even think he want
man.
us to Photoshop that. He want us to Photoshop a certain version of the goddamn San Antonio Spurs that
Oh,
Well,
he
was.
they
learned
just
nothing. Leaf admitted. Sean
they
Marks
just
learned nothing
hired
from the Spurs. He learned not a
they
damn
just
thing from
hired
that.
He
AC
was the
Law.
intern.
Man,
Did y'all
intern
see
getting
y'all hired
coffee.
AC Law? They
Yeah, we
hired
heard.
AC
Yeah.
Law
I ain't hear
to
that name in
replace.
years. God damn.
Yeah, they hired him to replace BJ.
Wait, really?
Paul.
Where's
They have the
BJ
same
going?
type. They have the
Yeah,
same
where's he
job
going?
title,
Mm.
sideways or down.
Shit,
Because he
sideways
was
or
That
the head of
down.
play. He was the head of player personnel and scouting. Now
Hold on, but
this
hey,
dude
real
is
quick,
player
I thought they
personnel and
already had
scouting.
real quick. I thought they already had 2 assistant GMs. Wasn't Songbird the other assistant GM?
I have no idea. I just know they just hired this dude.
For who?
Yeah,
What team? The Nets?
And they
yeah.
hired him out of OKC. He was OKC's.
Would this guy AC Law ever replace Sean Marks as Marks got promoted? Would he ever be GM material? AC
Nah, he
Law?
doesn't. He doesn't have the resume.
Oh, okay.
But you know, he was the one
Well, he does have a ring.
telling Presti who he wants.
Yeah,
He does have,
You know what I'm
he
BJ
does have
saying?
a ring,
Johnson
though.
and BJ Johnson, Andy Birdsong is the assistant GM.
Told you.
Mm.
It is.
Mm.
Yeah, and what's his name is the governor. So he's not even the GM. He's the governor.
You know what's
Marks is the
Yeah.
crazy,
governor,
Pod? You can
associate
hire.
governor.
You know what's crazy, Pod? You
And
can
Jordy
hire six.
Fernandez might be the next GM of the team, man.
Nah,
Shit, keep
you
this
know what's
up.
crazy, Pod? You could hire 60 to 70 scouts from different teams. If Sean Marks is the guy making the final calls, it's a mess.
It
Don't
doesn't
matter how
matter.
many different scouts you get. You could get the best scouts in the world. Look what happened this summer. 5 playmakers. You had centers you could have drafted, forwards you could have drafted. No, let's draft the same different model 5 different ways. And that's great. That's what we're gonna celebrate. Like, come on. What a waste of opportunity. Like, I don't feel bad about who we drafted if I'm looking besides Ben Seraph. I like the 4 out of 5 we drafted, but if I'm looking at what this roster is, I'm like, man, you had so many opportunities to think about
What it could
roster
have been.
balance.
I'm
What
laughing
Yeah.
it
at
could have
I'm
been.
laughing at the
You
fact
could have.
that a lot of people is expecting this shit to get cleaned up real quick, and it ain't.
Oh, it
It's
ain't.
not.
It ain't. It ain't. After the Cam Thomas situation, buckle up, man. You haven't seen the worst
Yeah.
yet. You think you've seen the
Who?
worst. Nah, this is
All right.
This shit
Y'all
was
think
going downhill, bro. After the damn once we traded for
Leaf.
Ben Simmons.
Leaf, you know what I said on a recent Spaces page? I said we're going in a time machine. We're going back to 2016 when Marks and Joe took over this team. But the only difference is you have 5 rookies. So we're going back 10 years right
Here's the
now with
thing.
this
Here's the
roster.
thing, real
I
quick,
mean,
y'all.
Going
but
back
they
10
came
years.
into garbage, bro. They best player when they got here was Chase Budinger.
Real
Wait,
quick.
Joey, what do you say, Joey?
I said real quick. They tried to save face when they traded for Ben Simmons and had to get up off
Oh,
of
man.
to get
It's
up
a
off
retirement?
Harden, right? They tried to
Yeah.
keep the shit afloat. Then when they had to get up off of KD, they traded for Bridges and them. They tried to keep it afloat. We did not have our picks, so we could
Right.
not go full rebuild mode. You feel what I'm saying? They had to compete. So once they finally got to flip McHale for those Nick in that Nick trade, they's like, all right, cool. We got our picks back. Now we can fucking go full rebuild mode. You feel what I'm saying? So I think the team was just coasting at the time, trying to figure it out because we did not have our picks at the time.
You know what's so ass, Joey? We could have used that Knicks pick to get Rasheed Fleming and Ray Nod. Instead, we used on Ben Sarath, man. Like, that to me is like, damn. If we got Rasheed Fleming or Ray Nod, I would have bragged to all those Knicks fans. Like, yo, this is our first of 6 picks, but it's like Ben Sarath. Oh, God. I can't put a spin on that.
Over after the big
I can't put a
three.
spin on that.
It really was over after the big 3 exited Brooklyn, but at the same time, we couldn't go full rebuild mode directly after they left because we did not have our picks at the time. So that's why it took a couple years. I mean, we just out there with Ben Simmons and fucking the Twins, and then we finally got rid of their asses and got our picks back, and it's like, okay, now we could go full rebuild mode. We got our picks back.
But last year, that was supposed to be it, the organic tanking. Instead, Jordy wanted to win so much, and it's like, damn, this front office just watching him do this. But it's like, Sean Marks is like, we're not concerned about wins. Well, Jordy is. So, like, there was a mixed message going. I think Jordy and Marks were on 2 different sides of the different coin, and Marks just didn't want to anger Jordy. He didn't want to push his buttons because he already had stars and role players want to can his
Sean Marks
ass.
said he's not going to get in the way of culture.
Y'all culture. Yeah, can I be honest with you, Joey? Is culture Brooklyn Grit mean something right now, or is it just company policy? I feel like it's just company policy. I don't feel Brooklyn Grit.
Nah,
I feel like no identity with this
it's
team.
publicity talk.
Policy.
It's
Publicity,
PR.
yes.
It's not a basketball answer. It doesn't tell you anything about the team, its history, who they are as people, nothing. It's PR.
When
It's
he
something to say when you don't have a plan.
when he drafted those
Bro.
5 rookies, he says they're all good culture gentlemen. I'm like, oh
It's
my god,
PR.
that's the first things out of his mouth. Pod was these are good culture gentlemen. Come on.
They're trying to build the culture.
It's a lot of advanced word gymnastics up in here, man. Let's just say they shit in the bed, bro. Fuck that.
Not
I ain't,
that. It's not even that. It's like they trying to build the culture, man. They trying to fix. We sit up here getting mad, but this is a fucking rebuild. They're trying to figure it out them damn selves. We're starting from fucking scratch, nuts and bolts.
Hey,
Nothing.
at
It
least
is not going to be perfect, and it's going to take some time to even get our
I got
core
I got a
to
question
build the
for y'all,
culture.
bro. Like, I mean, like, because realistically, bro, Yegor is really the only pick that really matters right now. At the second, because he's the only top 10 pick that we have, and now
Bro,
that we've
that's
been in
not
Brooklyn.
true, bro. I'm doing all of
What do you
this
mean
for a
it's not true?
27th pick, and you got the audacity to say that the only pick that matters is a number 8 pick because he's number 8.
I'm
You
just
was
saying.
going
I
for
know
a
we want to be
7th.
I
mad
mean,
and
but
shit,
what
but
what else
damn.
that we had that was higher, bro? Hold on before you go off the rails, bro. Like, I was about to just say he's the only person realistically that we picked that really needs to pan out. Everybody else it doesn't have to pan out, bro. These niggas we've been picking from 19
Bruh,
pick to the second
listen,
round.
what I'm
We've
saying
been
is,
doing
but
that.
hold on. What I'm saying is, Big Ox Media, we don't even know yet. Big Ox Media, shout out to Big Ox Media, man. He say he coming to the city. Definitely trying to link with Big Ox Media.
He better
They
than
say,
Keegan Murray, nigga. Fix your feet.
oh man,
yikes.
hold on. I think
Yeah, that's funny.
Diego will be good, Big Ox, but I don't know how good he is as of yet. But what was I saying? I was saying that but him doing something that he never did, nobody never did, would take 5 rookies. He didn't move up in the draft. We dealing with what happened, right? Because that's the facts. But before it happened, we all wanted him to trade up and get 2 picks in the lottery. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's what we talked about. That was the game plan going
100%.
into it.
All
I
right,
think
Before
I
it
so
read
happened.
somewhere. Hold
I
on,
don't know why the fuck y'all
I
thought that
read
was going to
somewhere
happen.
where a next executive said they
because
were
bro,
trying
it
to
was
move up. They were trying to move up.
Nigga,
They did not want to take all 5
that's what
picks, but
usually happens,
the
Leaf. That's the
offers they were
first
what
time
getting
that
usually
weren't
shit
good
happens
enough.
happens.
with who?
Well,
Bro,
that's what NBA media was
Bro, hold
reporting. Jonathan Gavoni was reporting that the Nets were looking to move up, but it was a smoke
on,
screen by Marks. Bunch of
hold on. But
guesswork.
No,
hey,
they said they
listen,
tried to move up,
Nobody in
but
our front
they
office
wasn't
is
getting.
capable of that shit.
listen, Leaf. What I'm saying to
Right.
you, it's a basketball fact in the NBA that the first time that a franchise took all of the 5 first rounders and drafted all 5 was the Brooklyn Nets. Every other team they had those situation or circumstances, they traded up and they did whatever they did. I don't know exactly what they did, but they traded up for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
So
I think the Clippers had that last time, if I'm not mistaken,
I
or
don't
some
know.
shit.
Yo, JP
Clippers
Liberty's
had.
trolling here. Yegor's Joe Ingles. Yo, come on, bro. You're trolling. Stop trolling.
Yeah,
That's
go is
trolling.
all
Joe
I'm just saying is
Ingles.
I don't think it was that easy to move up in that last year's draft like y'all think it was,
We had
bro.
30 picks. Wait, Joe. We had 30 picks. If Marks can't use the assets to his advantage, which he hasn't, he shouldn't be the GM right now. If
I'm
there's
But
poor
bro,
See,
I said
bro,
asset
I
like
said all
mismanagement.
summer.
you can hear from John's voice, bro. Like, yo, shit got to get done, and shit got to get done
Yes.
quickly, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Listen,
Leave,
I said
leave.
it all
When they took,
summer
when they,
This is Nets.
when y'all was
This has
winning
been
those
Nets
fake
fans
games.
101. I've been
So
know this,
hold on.
bro. This
Let
shit
me
is gonna get a whole lot worse before it get better, and people just need to
hold
come to
on.
the conclusion
I'm
of
Hold
that.
on,
just
hold
saying, based off of
on.
New Orleans had to give up some valuable fucking picks to move up in last year's
They
draft.
did.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes,
But
2026
New
first.
Orleans is part of the NBA, bro. So they gonna do whatever they want to do. Know what I
They
mean?
just
no, but what
hired
I'm
them niggas. Just hired Joe Dumars, bro. Of course they will get the goddamn picks up front, bro. Like, we
but what
didn't
I'm
have.
saying is it's not really
Right.
smart to be just out here just giving shit away because
Facts.
you want to move up just any and everything, bro.
No,
yeah,
no,
but we
no,
had
but
Like
to get
hold
the
on,
if
listen,
picks.
hold on. Let me tell you what I was saying, bro. I wanted to keep that 8th pick, and I wanted to round up all of 4 other ones and make it to the lottery, even if it was the 14th pick. I'm trading you 3. I'm trading you 4 first round picks to just get the 14.
And
I'm
end up
doing
with
this.
who?
A big man.
Wait, 14? Wait,
No,
what did
bro.
you say? You trade 4 first
I'm,
to get the 14 pick?
bro. No. What I'm saying is,
Wait,
I'm
wait.
making an argument of
Man,
getting to
fuck
the
that.
lottery. That's why I'm picking the number 14. I'm making it the last number. But of course, you want to get more than 14. But remember,
Right.
my thing is, even with that being said, I said that to say that I want them to get heavy minutes. How realistic is it for 5 first rounders to get heavy minutes? but you could get 2 lottery picks and make sure
On
they
the
get
team that's
everything.
about to tank
Like
again
for
is very
instance,
highly.
like hold on, like the Pelicans, like I said, Queen with health, Queen and Fizz are supposed to get run. They're supposed to get clocked. They
No, they
supposed
ain't.
to they supposed to be getting 20, 25 minutes a game, bro. For real.
I agree.
On that team?
I don't
It
fucking
depends on
matter.
if they
They
get.
2 lottery picks. You gotta play them.
They did
Well,
all that
No.
furniture moving to get
well,
them. They better pay
well,
him. They better pay him.
given their injury
Them niggas just
situation.
got Jordan Poole.
Wait,
Nigga,
wait,
like they not
wait. Given their injuries, given their injury history over there, I don't know if those guys are eager to play all those minutes right now because
Exactly,
nobody
bro.
can
That
stay
Nah,
training
healthy
they
long
staff,
enough.
that
listen. They
training staff
waiting.
need to get their shit together, bro. Them niggas gonna
They
step
Nah,
on the
waiting to
court and
trade Zion. Once they trade Zion, you'll see how their
I don't
team
think they
really
can
and
shake
trade
that's
Zion
out.
I
right
agree
now,
with that.
Pod. I don't know
If
if
they
Y'all
they.
see
trade
the
Zion,
report with
if they
Zion
trade
going to the
Zion,
Lakers?
if they trade Zion, then Derek Queen and Fizz
Real,
will be featured a
Yeah,
whole lot quicker,
real
bro.
quick,
Like
real quick.
exactly.
Leaf,
No,
leaf.
that's
Hold on,
what's
I
gonna
want to say
happen.
something. Did
That's
y'all
the
see that
team.
shit with Zion going to the Lakers?
What?
It's
He ain't
Yeah.
going to
possible.
the
yo, turn
Lakers.
the
No
stream
way.
off, bro.
No way. No way. Listen,
No, I'm saying they trying to. It said that they was working on something to get him to LA or some shit. I saw
Oh
some
nah,
shit.
you know what
man,
they're gonna do? They're
Yeah, I
gonna
can see
buy
that.
out his. They're gonna buy out his contract since his money's not guaranteed, or they'll stretch and waive it. I don't know if a team wants him.
Nah, they're not.
He
They're
just
not
got
they
too
gonna
gonna
much
buy
put
him
that
out.
baggage,
nigga. They
man.
gonna
Why
put
would they
that
buy him?
fat nigga with Luca, bro. Come on, bro. Like yo, if
Yo,
Burger Burgers and adult movie stars wasn't enough, bro. Like he gonna go out to LA, bro, and ruin his life, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna be over for the shit.
Hold on. I just want to bring it back to Big Ox comment, bro. But Diego being the 8th pick, all of these players that's in front of him, 1 through 7, all those players that's drafted in front of him, he's gonna get, in my opinion, the same amount of minutes as those players.
I
I'm not
hope he
saying
do.
he's gonna be good as them. I'm saying minutes and opportunities, he's gonna get as much as 1 through 7. Watch.
I hope he
I
do,
think
nigga.
after the
As
first
much
10
media as he
games,
getting, bro. God damn, bro.
Nolan
He
is
better
gonna
be.
start.
Yegor
No,
should start.
no,
There's no doubt he should start. To
Nolan.
not start him would be a
Nah,
horrible
Nolan.
decision.
Diego might not start because his handle can't. He can't take the ball
Nah, he
pressure.
has to. He's your first ever
Pause.
liar pick. He has to start. I know you
It
want to
doesn't
start
matter.
Nolan, but
It
nah, Nolan should
doesn't
work
matter.
his way
If
up as a
Nolan is
sixth man.
if Nolan is busting his ass in practice, I promise you Jordy's gonna play him.
That would be horrible.
And
So your 19 guy is your starter and your lottery pick is
it
your
doesn't
bench guy. Come
matter.
on, Pod. That would
It
be
doesn't
horrible.
matter.
Exactly.
Why
Come on,
That's how
Sean
you
Marks would
work.
be a
why
That's how you
freaking
work the
fool.
tank.
listen,
Come on.
That's how you work the
if y'all
tank.
would just if y'all would stop talking, y'all could learn something.
How to be bad?
Motherfucking Yegor Demon said he was a point guard at summer league. He came back the next day and was like, "Let me correct what I said. I'm not a point guard. I'm a connector." So he even
Sean
knows
Marks
he's not
better.
gonna play point guard. Nolan has a very good chance of being the next starting point guard. He's the only one that's played point guard on a professional level. Yo, and he did it all last year. He has the best handle on the team, and he has an incredible first step.
I ain't
He
gonna
doesn't
lie.
have a good
He
jump
might be the
shot,
He
though.
might be the fastest player in
Oh,
basketball. I
he's
ain't gonna lie
fast,
to
but he
you.
don't have a good jump shot, and it's easy to stop him
The
He
from
might
that.
be the
fastest player
fastest
in the
player in
last draft.
basketball.
He's faster than Fears and Harper,
Yeah, but his
and that's
problem
on
is
record.
he needs a jump shot, Pod. You
I don't
saw
know.
him get to the rim.
I
If
don't
if
know if that
they're
mean anything, bro. Harper's a grown ass
if
man,
they're
bro. Like,
stronger athletic players, they can stop him at the rim, Pod. He needs a more effective jump shot to break that
That's
away a little bit. That's a
listen.
little
The
problem
only
there.
thing that's
tell him
the
that he
only thing
better
that's
go
gonna
to
mess
Tony
him up
Parker
is the Nets
camp.
organization.
Wait,
The
what,
Nets
Pod?
organization, he's much bigger than Tony Parker. He's like 3 inches taller than uh Tony Parker. But
So he
his
taller than
first
Tony
step,
Parker.
his first step is incredible. Like they should use that. Like honestly, I was watching Fears in Vegas, and Fears his shot isn't really clicking like that just yet either. It's the first step. It's getting to the rim. It's getting touching paint,
That's all
They
you
and
said
that's
need.
what
they
he
said hold
does.
up. They said Nolan.
You need
They said
one
Nolan
dude that does
Trayor.
that.
They said Nolan Trayor dropped 48 on Jaeger, bro, overseas. Is that
On his
true?
head top.
Yo,
45.
player one, Zion hasn't been a top
45,
player since
yeah, he
Duke,
did.
bro. Come on. We really hyping up Zion right now? Come on.
He said Zion, the top 20 player.
Not since Duke. This guy has not been healthy for what, more than a season? Like, we got to stop
I mean,
overrating a
but
guy
when
Nah,
who
he
man,
then got
when
he got
he on the
superstar
court, bro, like
talent.
you know what time it is.
Facts. He's a
Yeah,
But
man
for
but
five
child.
he ain't,
games. For
he
5
ain't playing enough
games.
minutes, bro. He's not no top 20 player.
Not now. Like you gotta show what he's done lately. What has he done lately besides eat burgers, get bad tattoos, and have stalkers stalking
You
him?
right
Like,
though.
come on.
You right
I
about that,
mean, you're
John. But
right with
also,
the health shit,
I
but like
remember
they
this
did.
season.
But
I
what if
remember
I told
Zion
you
real
the
quickly.
what if
I
I told
remember
you the
Zion
Pelicans
big
did
boy.
with Zion what we did with Cam Thomas?
Wait, what?
I
What do you,
I
like how
remember
so?
Zion big boy and niggas as a rookie, looking
You
like a
sure
man
was.
child
Hell's
out
yeah.
there.
Nah, I just don't
Hell's
see
yeah.
it, man. Zion is just too
They was
gossip, too
telling them, bro.
drama, man.
They wasn't playing Zion in back to backs on purpose.
Nah, man. I don't think Zion's body's holding up right now. He doesn't have a commitment to making himself a star player. Like you came with all that hype, but every year, like you just cannot hold up to the torch. And he wants off that team. I totally get that. But man, if you can't handle the pressure in a crappy ass market like the Pelicans, no offense, how are you gonna handle it with Brooklyn or any top team
Bro,
that might
maybe
want
he's
him?
just a naturally.
John, I don't mean to say this like this, man, but listen, his commitment is when I get on the court, I'm going left, y'all going guard left, and I'm
But y'all
still
can't stop.
getting there.
But for how
That's
many games? Wait,
exactly
wait,
what
wait.
it
Wait, so,
is.
Leaf, do you trust Zion for a whole season to be that guy, given what you've seen in the last 4 to 5 years? That's my thing. I'm going by what I've seen right now, not what I saw the first year of his career.
Do
Like,
I
Can
I'm
I
trust
trying
him
to.
to be that guy? Not on the Pelicans, no.
can I say this real quick? I think Zion is a very, very talented young player. However, I don't think his body he's too heavy. I just don't think
Exactly.
he's made to be in the NBA playing at that weight. You know
Facts.
what I
This guy
mean?
plays like.
Yeah.
I think
And
his weight is his advantage, bro. Like
but
he's is
he's very talented. When he gets on the floor, you know it. He makes a difference. Like
yes.
he's a beast.
Yeah, facts. Zion's supposed to be playing like Superman, not like Homer Simpson out there on the court, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
just I don't see
Yeah,
it
but
with
it's
He do
Zion.
it's
not play like no homer, bro.
it's
I tell you that much right
Oh
now.
man, yo,
yeah.
Nah,
Leaf.
he played like a man child, bro.
Bro, he play like a grown
He,
man, bro. Like let's not differentiate
Hold on,
how he
hold on, hold on.
plays.
He just
Hold
get
on.
hurt a lot.
Let's not
Zion
get it
only
confused
knock
to
is
how
his
he
health, bro.
plays
I've seen him
to
play,
how
bro.
he to
He,
how
he's
He
had
stay
some
healthy.
good games.
injury
Wait,
he
Leaf, he's had some
Nah,
good games. But we're talking about
most of his games are
totality.
good, bro. It's just his health.
What?
Claude said he's too horny to play in NYC,
Wait,
bro.
what?
He go hoop,
What?
bro.
He's just
That
saying.
Nah,
That's
man,
cool.
Zion can hoop, bro. He can
Yo,
hoop.
Claude, that's
he
wild,
said he too
Claude.
horny
That's
to play in
wild.
NYC.
That's
I
wild.
yeah,
can't.
what
NYC
the
What the
might
fuck
not
fuck,
is
be
bro?
good
wrong
for
with
him.
y'all niggas?
I
Yo,
can't believe
Yo,
Claude just typed that out. I'm like stunned. I'm like,
no, seriously, bro.
Eh,
He
You
can
might
hoop,
catch a
bro. But he
Rodions
don't
out there.
like yo, bro. You can't tell
yeah,
me
that's
that
a
like man,
fact,
hold
man.
on.
Get
You
lined
can't
Hold
up
on, hold
like
on.
buddy.
Let Breeze talk real quick. Go
bro.
ahead.
let Breeze talk. Let Breeze talk.
You can't tell me that the Pelican fans not hurt. They got the number one pick in Zion. They get all the way to the playoffs, a game 7, and he hurt.
Facts. Good
And
point.
you know if he play, they win. I mean, as
Yeah,
a
I ain't
fan,
gonna
you
lie.
at
He was
least
going
believe
off
that
against
shit.
LeBron and them niggas, bro. Like, and then the
Bro, as a
injury
fan,
happened.
you believe that shit, bro.
Zion's a beast, bro.
When Zion went up versus LeBron that season, he gave LeBron work. Don't
Facts.
That's a
bro.
fact.
So I'm just saying that to say, bro, that's the only thing that is against him in his NBA career, bro.
It's
Is
his
his
health.
health.
Yo, what's
Other
player one
than that,
smoking here?
I got no knock on his game.
You know,
He played
What
inside
is
the
player one
hold on, let me say
smoking?
this. Let me say this because I like Zion. He played inside the 3-point line very well. His shot selection is perfect for what you want in a power forward, bro. If he's taking 18 shots, 14 of them shits is inside the 3-point line. Excuse me. He might take 4 3-pointers.
Every last one of them shits is on the left, 5 feet. I'm getting to the basket. I weigh more than you. Get the
Yup.
fuck out my way.
Yo,
You can't do
chill, bro.
nothing with
I'm
me.
trying to get
Yo,
sponsors.
what is player one smoking here? Zion is
My
factually the most
bad.
dominant players in the league. What has he done with the Pelicans? Has he led the Pelicans to a deep player for? If he has, he's probably one of the most dominant players in the league, but he hasn't. Like me and Joey are talking about totality of Zion, not talking about what he can do. We all know this guy is a
yeah, but
freak
he's
of nature
The
when
25
he's
though.
correction,
healthy, and he's not
hold
for
up,
multiple games. We haven't
John.
seen it.
But he's
John, the correct statement is
25
what
though.
I've been saying, bro. Like, yo, when he's on the court, bro, you will you will suffer a
You will
very
fail him,
very
pause.
you will suffer a very very painful fate, bro, if you get in his way.
No,
I'm telling you
I
right
agree with
now.
you, Lee, but the biggest thing holding back is conditioning. And you know a player's conditioning is everything. Like it takes true commitment. Look at LeBron James, the fact he's still playing in the NBA, that is commitment to your body on a day in, day out basis. And the crazy thing is Zion's only
LeBron is
24.
cherry
Wait,
picking, bro. That
no,
ain't
but hear
commitment.
me out. Zion's only 24 years old and his body is already breaking down. That is the worrying part about his future is the fact that you have certain guys who have to get their bodies in better shape every
Here's the
freaking year
thing. Here's the
just to have
thing, John.
longevity.
Real
And he's
quick.
already having problems.
Zion, it wasn't made for a nigga to be moving like that at that weight. He's a freak
That's
of
your point.
nature, bro. It was not meant for a nigga to be running and
For
jumping
his first step to
with
be
his
what it
frame.
is at that weight, bro, is insane to me.
Hold on. Let me
You
say.
see
I
what
just
he
want to
did
say
to them
this.
Nikes?
Hold on. The main. Yeah, he ripped
See
them
what he
shit.
did to
Yeah,
them
he bust
Jordans.
out of them shits in
Yo,
college.
PT. Yo, hold on. The
Yeah.
significance of from college to transition is like 50 games, bro. Like they play like 30 games in college, and in the NBA they play 82 games. That's a
Facts.
big difference.
Yep.
And I
Huge.
think that's why you hear the interviews where they talk about, yeah, I've been in the gym, I've been working out, because they know physically they have to become faster and stronger, have more endurance. They have to be professional athletes. When you're in college, you're a student athlete. When you're in
Right.
the NBA, you're a professional athlete. And if you're not, bro, the last again, it's no, it's not a coincidence that the rookie scale contract and the average NBA player lifespan, career span is 4 years. It's not a coincidence that it's the same amount of time. Because a lot of these players don't last after 4 years because you gotta be
That
a
fourth year,
professional
they
athlete,
basically
I
bro.
just
saying,
think it's unfair. Real quick, I just
"Hey,
think it's
young nigga, get the
unfair.
fuck out."
I just think it's unfair. People try to say Zion is getting hurt because he's just a fat slob and he's unhealthy. No, it's not that, bro. It's just the way he plays and him being so fucking big. John Morant is small as hell, but he plays reckless as hell and he gets hurt too because he's flying all over the place. What you think gonna happen when there's a big motherfucker like Zion, almost 300 pounds, moving and flying all over the place? He's probably gonna get hurt.
Facts. And he's 24 years old and already has health issues. Like his
Yeah,
legs, his
yeah,
hamstrings are like breaking off the bone right now. Like it's
yeah.
not
But
good.
what I'm saying is, it's
So
not
what you
because
so
of
what
his
you saying?
conditioning. Real,
Zion's
real quick,
style of
real quick.
play is a detriment to his long term health in the NBA.
Because of
It's
his
not.
lack of conditioning. That's why.
No, I don't think it's that. It's
I
just
think
that
his
he's just
conditioning is there. I just think it's how he plays.
What do you mean it's
exactly. That's
there?
my point, Lee.
Ali.
That's the point. That's in his build.
I gotta head out, guys. Good show. Good show.
Yeah,
All
All right,
right,
man.
John, I appreciate
yeah.
you. We
Because
only on
people
for
be like,
12
"Oh,
minutes.
Zion, because
Later,
he's so."
John.
Nah,
Later,
it's not
guys.
because he eating
Later,
50
John.
hamburgers. Like Zion don't even really look that like he slimmed down for real a lot.
You did.
It's
It's
just that the dude plays so hard and he's so big and he moves so fast. Like Pa said, he bust out of his sneakers in freaking college, bro.
Bro,
that's a
what
fact.
I'm saying is like listen to some of the best interviews be the ex-players because they talk about it. And they talk about whether they practice or don't practice. Bro, it's really, we're not talking about talent now. We talking about Zion being a professional. Is Zion linking up with the hoes? Not to say it like that, pardon my language. Is he linking up with women or is he going to practice? Is he going to the
Come
gym or
on,
is he
man.
going to look for a friend? Trying to live the life creme de la
I
creme.
gotta stop this nasty shit, bro.
Yo, hold on, listen.
Breezy, real quick,
Hold on, let me just say,
No, no,
Joey,
it's just y'all doing
hold
that to
on.
Zion. Hold up, real quick. Y'all doing that because real quick. Let me get the floor for 10 seconds. Y'all doing that to Zion because he got caught with the porn star. I get it. It's funny, but let's keep it a buck, bro. All these NBA niggas is tricking. All of them
No,
play
no,
for
It
the
no,
team.
no, no, no. What
All
I'm
of,
saying,
listen, they all do the same shit, bro.
no, I'm
Yes.
not. Listen, that's not what I'm saying, Notori. It's what I'm saying is, bro, it's one thing to be talented. It's another thing to work out enough so you don't pull hamstrings, you don't get injured because you just talented, but you don't put the work in to be a professional athlete. You know what
True.
I'm saying?
I don't think that's it, Breeze.
I
Leaf said, I think I think the reason is because of the way he plays and him being just so fast and big. and the way he plays,
I think
that's
it's
why
his
he gets
ladder.
The
paid.
way
It's
he
his
play the
first step in
game,
his
though,
lateral
bro.
movements at that size,
Yo,
bro. That's
I don't think the Pelicans are right for making him play different. Like they gotta let him play like that, bro. Like they just in a complicated situation, I guess, man. I
I
don't know.
mean, he can get into the post every now and again, bro. Like he's
What you
great
mean every
around the
now and again? He
basket.
live in the post.
Yeah, nah. He's great. He's great at the basket. He definitely got more moves out of like off the dribble, and he could put the ball on the floor. Very great for his size and his weight, and he could get by people. He could get through you, bro. Or you know what I'm saying? Like in one or the other, bro. Like
His
I'd
midi is
rather.
decent too. He got a decent midi too.
Yeah, he been working on his well, I call it a close range, but I mean you can call it
But like
midi.
you
Yeah.
said, Leaf, like I'm glad you said that because I noticed it now. He don't shoot from the right side of the court. All his shots is from the left side in the
Right.
Mhm.
middle.
Right,
Yeah,
because he
but
like
shit is
even
unstoppable, bro. Look
if
what
he
y'all.
yeah,
No,
and
hold
if
on.
he going right, if
I
he
gotta
going
end it.
right, he trying to finish on the reverse side on left, or he trying to get to the left hand, bro. Like 9 times out of 10, if you play him close, bro, like you're going to get hit, bro.
You're
Like
gonna get bullied.
Yeah. Look. I'm gonna end the show, but player one said, "John, who else in the league is scoring 25 points on 58% from the field?"
Giannis,
Exactly, because he's not. But look at the company he keep, bro. When you play inside the 3-point line, you're gonna have higher percentages. A lot of times they just around that 50% because of the
Exactly.
amount of 3-pointers that they are taking. To be continued. I didn't get a chance to clip up last episode, and it was a good episode. But tonight, I will not let y'all down. All of y'all that like the clips, it's gonna be clips tonight. Shout out to Notorious Ice Leaf, Podthorn, John, everybody that was on the panel. If I forgot, Bobby 17, Paul Smith, Player One, all of y'all, man. Nets fans is the best fans.
yeah.
We getting